let's go ahead and pull this up over here. All right, so today we in the market right now, currently 2:18 p.m. What we're gonna go ahead and do is, give me 1 second here. Let's go ahead and pull this up. All right, let's go ahead. Bam. All right, cool. What's good? What's good? Join the conversation and interact with the creators. Okay, gotcha. So that's why. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, so today, to kind of take a look at the market, I kind of stepped away to go to the gym. We pretty much had all of our targets hit on QQQ here. You got welcome to everybody as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. So we did end up creating these new all-time highs. Now, one of the things that I always try to tell my students is broadening formations. So if you've never really heard of a broadening formation or really not too knowledgeable on what exactly it is, basically think of it like this, right? When you're looking at a broadening formation is basically market trend, right? It's just a more complicated way of understanding market structure overall, right? So in market structure, if you're in an uptrend, you're making higher highs and higher lows. If you're in a downtrend, you're making lower highs, lower lows. Well, in the case scenario, when you're looking at a broadening formation, it's doing the same things. It's making higher highs and lower lows. And in this case scenario, right, when you're looking at a broadening formation, what'll happen is you can draw out a broadening formation and it looks a little like this. So if you're familiar with the strat at all, right? If you've never heard of the strat, I teach everything for free and the link in my bio as well. So for those of you guys who want free signals, you want a free course on trading, and you want free access to a community, you guys can just feel free to click the link in my bio. It's free in there, right? Now, when you're looking at something like a broadening formation, it'll look something like this, right? So you have this curve upwards, which is showing price expanding to the upside. So you're in an uptrend because it's continuously expanding on one side of the broadening formation. A lot of times what will also happen as well is when a price is expanding, it'll come back to the other side of the broadening formation. So what is an example of this? So on this chart right now, we're looking at QQQ, and this is on a 4 hour. So I drew my broadening formation on a higher time frame, and then I'm entering my trades on a lower time frame. It's kind of the same as most other strategies that are out there. And I know if you guys are coming in, if you've never seen anything that looks like this, I promise you it's not as complicated as most people may say it looks. In reality, it's just the same lines, same important key levels that most other strategies teach as well, okay? So if we scroll over here to the left, what you'll see on QQQ is that it was inside of this broadening formation. And what you'll notice is it's a series of higher highs and lower lows, right? So one thing you'll notice is when we came down and retested this lower part of this broadening formation, you ended up bouncing off of here and going back to the opposite side. Once you broke past this opposite side of the broadening formation, price started to expand. It started to search. It's called price discovery, right? And it starts making new higher highs. So then that's when you adjust your broadening formation to meet the expectations of the price discovery, right? But what ends up happening is the lower half never did the same yet. So what you'll notice is when price got up here and it did its price discovery, when it fell back through, it fell back and came back to not only an order block, but also the other side of the broadening formation. So a lot of people may overcomplicate this. I promise you it's not as difficult as most people make it seem. And even if you don't use broadening formations, you can trade just fine with just the strat in SMC. Which is what I trade and which is what I go over inside of pretty much everything that I do. All right. So right now, QQQ, this was the trade that we ended up taking. So I'm going to kind of show you guys where this trade came from. And then we'll kind of show you guys some profits from some of the groups, some of the members that we have in our group as well. All right. If you guys can hear me good, if the audio is good, drop a yes in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's coming in as well. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop them down below. Let me get a yes in the chat if you guys can hear me good. Yo, what's good, Marquise? Cool, cool, cool. All right, perfect. So take a look at this, right? So here on QQQ, okay, we sent out this trade earlier today. So I kind of want to show you guys again. I'm very big on having receipts and things like that. Trump is going to be signing a bill at 2:30 as well. So we'll kind of see what the market wants to do around that time. So real quick, let me go over to day trading signals. 1 second, let me do that, and then let's go ahead and 1 second, guys. Let me set this timer real quick. Okay, bam. What's up, bro? What's good? Yo, what's up, Kay? What's up, Rafa? What's up, Keon? What's good, y'all? Hope all is well. All right, so look, this was today. We sent this out at 9:11 during our morning pre-market call. But if you look over here, right, QQQ, we have data at 10 a.m. So we ended up drawing this out, right? So you have a failed 2 up, 2 down on the 4-hour time frame. So what does that look like, right? So back here, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, this was your entry that I sent out, right? And why was this the entry? Because price failed to go higher, right? So, you know, in this case scenario, it didn't trigger this opposite side until after price had its discovery. So this is during pre-market, right? Is this crypto? No, this is QQQ. This is options. You do crypto. Yeah, I invest heavily into Bitcoin. I won't say I do crypto. I'm big on Bitcoin. So in this scenario, right, during pre-market, we were watching price break out into these new all-time highs up here at around 563.80. And one of the things that you got to watch out for when you have something like this is drastic pullbacks, which is what we seen earlier today. If you traded QQQ, you know what I'm talking about, right? So our entry on QQQ was under 561.94. Why? Because per the strat, if you don't know anything about the strat, it's very vital. I feel like if you're a new trader and you're like, you know, you tried to go through all these courses, you tried to go through somebody else's mentorship group, you tried to do supply and demand, support and resistance, and let's just say like all these strategies work, but they just don't make sense to you. I personally think if you try out the strat, I think you'll find a lot of solutions in your own ability to just understand what price action is doing. That is all price. That is all it's teaching you. The strat is teaching you price action. What is candlesticks doing? What is the volume? Or what is the overall volume and the overall price action of this particular candle, all right? And that's why I feel like it's so important, because you want to understand what price action is doing on damn near every candle. You want to know when it's consolidating. You want to know when it's setting up for a reversal. You want to know when it's setting up for a fake out. How many of you guys have had problems with like spotting fake outs, spotting reversals, spotting trend changes? If you have been having trouble with that, comment me down below, right? And shout out to everybody that's just now coming in. We just giving some free game while the market is open. So if you guys have like tickers you want me to take a look at, you can feel free to just drop the ticker down below. Okay. Melissa said me. It happens to the best of us, right? And this is why the strat I feel like is so important. Me spotting range. Yeah, that's very important. You got to know the ATR of a company, of a stock as well, and the personality. So I don't use any, what is it called? Prop firms. I trade with cash account only. I only trade a cash account. And I don't do futures or Forex or anything like that, just options. So take a look at this, right? So this candlestick right here is a failed 2 up. The reason this is a failed 2 up is because price broke out higher. It broke past the recent high of the recent candle, right? Which is right here. When price broke above, it ended up failing, right? So it broke above and then came back down and closed lower, right? Closed lower than where it opened. So this is indeed a actual red candle, right? This is a bearish candlestick, but it's green because it symbolizes, per the strat, this is a failed 2 up. So there's an indicator that I use called Strat Assistant. You can look it up on TradingView. This is on TradingView, guys. John, what trading platform are you using? I use TradingView for charting, and then I take my trades on Webull. So what's happening here, right, in this failed 2 up is that price broke above, failed to stay higher, and closed lower. So this is an indication that buyers are losing momentum and that bears are stepping back in. And usually what you'll see on a failed 2 is there's going to be a certain direction that ends up breaking out, right? Whether it's to the upside or to the downside, right? And I'll show you that right now. So what happens is you mark the high and the low of this candle, right? And then you come to a lower time frame. So when you come to the lower time frame, what you'll notice is this price action up here at 563.80 that we were just looking at on the 4-hour, this happened during pre-market, right? This happened during pre-market. Your entry came when the market first opened, which is how we banked on it. And I'll show you guys some screenshots and stuff like that so you guys can see the proof and all that, because I'm huge on that, right? So let's see what it looks like, right? So you marked it out on the 4-hour time frame, and you went down to maybe a 15 or a 30-minute time frame, and you're waiting for that trade to trigger. So what you're seeing is price action before the market opened, we broke up higher, And then soon as we opened up, right, there was a lot of institutional selling. So when you see this candle right here, right, and you see a reversal, this is called a 2-2 reversal on the strat, right? So there's these different combinations. And if you guys are interested in grabbing the combinations for free, you just click the link in my bio. There's a free Discord and a free, like I send like 1 to 2 free signals on there, so y'all can just make money for free. But there is also a strat combo sheet that comes with it. So if you're like kind of getting familiar with the strat, or you want to learn the strat, that's definitely a resource that I would highly recommend. All you have to do is click the follow button, and then you send me over or you go click the link in my bio and you can grab it for free. But you got to make sure you're following me. So make sure you guys hit the follow button. All right. So look, this is a 2-2 reversal. So if I actually pull it up right now, let's actually grab it. So I'm going to minimize this. And then I'm gonna make sure you guys can see this. Can you guys see this? Drop a yes in the chat if you guys can see this right here. Let's go over to the strats combos. And shout out to Sarah Sniper for creating it. So here it is right here, right? So this is the strat combination sheet right here. All right, and this is basically defining certain strat combinations. So the really cool thing is like there's only 3 different ways that a candlestick will look, right? And there's only about 12 combinations that price can go in, right? So with that being said, if you come down here, you'll see that there's a combination called a 2-2 reversal, right? So whether it's a reversal to the upside or a reversal to the downside. So this is where a lot of traders, if you're a beginner, this is where you're having a lot of issues at. You're opening up TradingView, right? And you don't know the strat, but you see this price action here before the market opens. So when the market does open, you're immediately taking calls. You're immediately betting that the market is going to continue to go higher. But one of the things that you always have to wait for is the first 30 minutes, right? I do not trade in the first 30 minutes, at least most of the time, right? I'm not going to say I just don't do it at all, but most of the time I try not to trade in the first 30 minutes unless my trade triggers from a higher time frame. And the reason being is because it's very volatile in that first 15 minutes. How'd you learn all this and the terminology? I have bought mentorships and courses, and I watched YouTube videos. I have paid for groups. I basically spent money to learn all this stuff that I'm telling you for free. So make sure you hit the follow button. So back to what I was saying. So this is a 2-2 reversal, right? So one thing that you got to look at is not only the wick of this candlestick, right, but the reversal itself. So when you see something like this, right, when you see a reversal, you have to keep in mind that bears are in control. You cannot always have a bias, right? So what do I mean by this? Because you have yesterday, this is one of the biggest issues that I see with new traders, right? Is because you had a trend day the day before to the upside does not mean that you're going to have a trend day to the upside again the next day. It does not work like that. This is why you have to understand price action and market structure. And this is why I think the strat is very key for anyone who wants to learn it. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. You know, don't shade it until you try it. All right. Best time to trade, I think 9:30 to about 12. I would say like 9:30 to 12. And a lot of my friends who trade, like I have friends who are trading like 6-figure trades, and you know, obviously 7- and 8-figure traders. So I talk to a lot of people who are very, very knowledgeable in this space, but also put a lot of money behind their trades. And pretty much we all agree on the same thing. Like that first 2.5 hours is kind of the best, and then you could come back during power hour, which is the last hour of the day. But usually, you know, you're bound to see a lot of fake outs during that time frame. I just bought an option contract and have no clue what I just did. LOL, it was on Lucid. You gotta be careful, bro. You gotta take trades with intentions. 30 minutes from the market, from when the market opens, like at 4:30 a.m. Is that the time you started trading at? So you're in, I'm guessing, West Coast. You're on the West Coast. I'm on Eastern. So the market opens for me at 9:30, and then I won't take my trades until 10, unless my entry comes from a higher time frame. Or you're on Central. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So the market in Eastern opens at 9:30, right? A lot of the times I'll wait until 10 to take a trade. However, this is a key element that you guys have to listen to. If I find a trade setups, if I find a trade setup on the 4-hour, I take it when it triggers. So what does that mean, right? So on the 4-hour candlestick, this candlestick had already printed, right? So when the market opened, this was already printed. So I can mark the high and the low, and this candle hadn't broken either side yet. It didn't break it until the market opened, which is where our entry was at. So here's how it will play out, right? Here's my thought process looking at the trade and why it worked, and then I'll show you guys some results from some of our members as well, and then we can go through some tickers that you guys want me to look at as well. All right, so the market pushes up, right? You see a reversal right out the gate, okay? But one of the things that you have to keep in mind is key levels. So this is previous day high, right? Once you break through previous day highs and you triggered my 4 hour, that is what gives me confluence to take the trade, right? I be trying to take in your information, but it always sound like you're trying to sell me some shit. I mean, shit, maybe you just have a getting sold mentality. So look, when you see this reversal, right, and it breaks through previous day highs, right, and then it triggers your trade. So here's what happens. You take the signal, right here. Once it breaks, soon as it breaks, you take the entry, right? So your inputs, what happens is it retraces. But the way that we trade is we size for zero, right? That's a very key element about how I trade, is I size my trades for zero. All right, does that make sense? I size my trades for zero. So I go into the trade with an amount I'm okay with losing. So if I'm okay with losing $1,000 on a trade, I'll enter these puts with $1,000 and I let it go to zero, right? I let it go to zero. What strategies are you using? The strat and what is it called? Smart money concepts. I feel the exact opposite. I see you giving away gems for free. Hey, you know, people look at things from a different standpoint, you know? I think people who have a broken mentality, though, they're going to always look at the most negative side of things. When in reality, it's like, I don't know. I really don't care, to be completely honest. It's like, you know, if I'm giving you information and I'm ahead of where you want to be, right? Same thing if someone's ahead of me and they're giving me information, it would be smart to just listen, especially if they have the results to back it. So when you see this reversal, you take the trade. We size our trade for zero. So when you initially take this trade, you're in profits, and then you swing back, right? And what do? You retest the recent all-time highs. This is from pre-market. So you're actually retesting pre-market highs right here. Once it retests and it fails, right, you just sit in your trade. You size for zero. Once it comes back through, right, you have your first target right here at 561.26, and then your second target at 560.78. So it took you all of maybe 15 to 30 minutes to sit in this trade and to be profitable on the day, right? So look at this. Where did I get these targets from? I looked over to the left and I grabbed the lowest wicks, right? So I grabbed this wick here and I grabbed this wick here, and these, right, are my targets. And then did it go a little bit further down? It did. But this is why having targets, I think, is important too. Is like when your target gets hit, you take off size, right? You can let runners run and whatnot. Don't respond to them. We trying to learn. I got you, bro. I gotta do a better job at it. Plus, I'm just now starting to do the streaming stuff more often on these platforms. So it's definitely something that I am adjusting to for sure. I'm actually streaming on YouTube as well. The only issue on YouTube is that I don't see my YouTube chat, unfortunately. YouTube, are y'all in here? Is smart money concepts good to use with crypto as well? You can, because it's just institutional buying and selling. Let me see something real quick. My YouTube chat. Okay, cool. Yo, what's good, YouTube chat? I see y'all now. My bad, y'all. Hey, man, we got 12 people watching me on YouTube. That's lit. What time frame is this? Eastern. All right, so look, your triggers ended up getting hit here. So you take the entry, target 1 hit, target 2 hit. This is all from the same candlestick. So let me show you guys some of the results from members who took this trade. I'll show you guys a few different trades we took as well. Keep in mind, Trump is actually live right now signing the Genius Act bill. So we'll take a look at some crypto stocks that you guys could look for next week. Let's scroll up. So QQQ, Eddie ended up catching QQQ for 50%. So that move that I showed y'all paid around 50%. You know, a lot of the times, wait, I think, is this a different one or is this the same one? Oh, I think he sent the same trade in here twice. Let me see, time 10:18. Yeah, he just sent the same trade twice. So a lot of different traders, right? When you're taking these trades, you just take profits and let runners run, right? And if the runners keep paying, they keep paying. But in that particular trade, it was a 50% trade. Unless you went further out of the money, then it probably would have paid you higher, but it would have been more risky, obviously. And then I have traders like in here having their first 1K day. So I want to show y'all a couple of these setups that we took that ended up paying this. So Saeed, I trailed you from yesterday. Also my first 1K day. Like, you know, when people be like, this person's trying to sell something and whatnot or whatever, like, you know, obviously I know for y'all who are learning, you just want to learn, right? But for the people who are in here and you just want to learn, this should inspire you. This should motivate you. If you've never made $1,000 in a day, which is extremely achievable, like it's damn near crazy if you've never made $1,000 in a day, that shit's damn near insane to me. Like, and this is not me like talking down on anybody, but this is me rewiring your brain, because your belief system is you think that you're only wired to make money hourly. And then like, I haven't worked a job in 5 years. So it's like, I could never work hourly. But it always came down to your mindset. It always came down to your perception of your own life, your own value. You think that you deserve this amount of money based off the work that you're doing for someone else who's telling you what to do. I believe that I create things, right? And I make money and I set my own price. So making $1,000 in a day, I done did that 1,000 times, right? You know, like Jay-Z was saying in one of his songs, you know, they was talking about I couldn't sell a million records. I sold 1 million records 1 million times, right? And it's that same way of thinking. So if you think $1 million is hard to make, I've made $1 million. It's not hard to make. What's hard is making $30,000. Focusing on making a small amount of money. Because in reality, you know, you make $30,000. I mean, shit, that's cool and all, right? But like, that's not gonna change your life. It may change somebody's life in here, but like, it's not gonna change my life. $30,000, shit. I would feel some type of way if I only made $30,000 this month. I would really sit down and like have to get therapy if I only made $30,000 in a year. And the problem is you're not around anyone who thinks like that. So now what ends up happening is, because you're not around people who think like that, that does not become your reality. You have to speak these things and change your mind first before you change your reality, right? Do you do one-on-ones? Hell no, I don't do no damn one-on-ones. Fuck no. You know, people be like, I make 61K this month. Exactly. Like, it's very possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing $1 million a month, y'all wouldn't even believe me if I told y'all how many friends I have that are doing $1 million in a month. And people would be like, oh, that's not possible. Well, it's not possible because there's no one you've ever been around who has made $1 million. Nor have they made $1 million in a month. So of course it's gonna sound like it's impossible. The pretty nerd, what's up? I know that's right. Exactly. Y'all set your own limitations, right? There was this podcast I was watching, and he was talking about limitations. So if you fight for your limitations, and what does fight for limitations mean? It means if you keep setting these excuses, right? If you keep making these excuses as to why you can't get to where you want to get to, it is you fighting for your limitations. You are basically, it's like having a ceiling over your head that you can push off of you, but you choose to hold it over your own head. I can't be around people like that, because the sky is literally no limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally no limit to the sky, but you put limitations on yourself. But you tell yourself that God made you in his image, but you keep putting limitations on yourself. God never made himself with any limitations. How does that make sense? Whether you believe in, you know, Jesus, whether you believe in Islam, whether you believe in like, it does not matter which religion, or even if you have no religious belief. Even if you just said God is God and you got your own relationship and you don't want to believe in all that other stuff, all I'm saying is you weren't created with limitations. Limitations were earned. You earned that from your environment. So because you were around people who live their life with limitations, you are a byproduct of their mindsets, and you adapted to it. You have to rewire your own brain to get to where you want to get to. You don't deserve anything. You're being paid the accurate amount for what you are currently doing. And if you don't know a bunch, that's probably why you don't have a bunch. Make sense? It's not gonna happen by accident for you to get to where you want to get to. Someone clip this. Oh, best believe it will be clipped. It will be clipped. Right? Like, digital products, what about it? Makes 100% sense. Okay, cool. Now, let me get away from my rant. So, let me show y'all this, right? Let me show y'all a couple of different people. So, PJ joined us. I think PJ's been with us about a month and a half. So, PJ took a trade, made $528, 2,300% today, 334% overall on Robinhood. So, on Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I sometimes post free plays. For those of you guys who hit the follow button and you click the link in my bio, in the second link, you guys can join a free Discord community where I post like 1 to 2 free trades. And this one just so happened to be one of those. So I ended up doing around 974% on this trade. So if you guys want like a few free signals, obviously it's not going to be the same as like the paid community. You just got to understand that, right? But if you want like free trades sent directly to your phone, you get a notification, you can take the trade. I'll give you the explanation. It is options. You can just click the follow button and then go to the link in my bio. There's no card needed. You don't have to put any type of PayPal information in. You literally just put your email in, you sign up, you get access to the Discord, you start taking the plays, and you can watch some of the course that I have as well. So it's like a free 3-hour course, some signals, and then there's a group of people in there who are in there for free as well. So you can communicate with them. Speaking truth, but the game is in courses teaching, not actually doing it. I mean, shit, I can show you a couple of accounts that'll show you, and doing it is making money through digital products is easier when you actually do the craft, because you don't rely on the digital product to help you do the craft. Does that make sense? Like, I can show you an account right now where you look and you be like, oh fuck, he actually does it. But me selling information and doing well at it is a byproduct of me doing good with what I do. So I can't show results like this if I'm not actually good at what I do. Does that make sense? Day trade or swing trade? We do both. So Christina, right? Christina's been with us about a month and a half. She just turned $242 into $1,230. Now, here's the thing. Most people think you need an insane amount of money, or you need to be the smartest individual in the world. Like, bro, anyone can do this. It does not matter the skin color. It doesn't matter your level of education in school. To be completely honest, I had a 2.7, 2.8 GPA, right? Like, I feel like I was a below average educated student, right? Like, to be completely honest with y'all, like, some of y'all have had better GPAs than me, and yet I have still made more money than most of those people. And it's not about how smart you are, it's about how much you execute, how much you persistently work on removing your own limitations. So one of the things that Christina had when she first came in, right? You know, again, this is a 400% trade in 1 week, right? We swung Robinhood calls from Friday, right? And one of the things that I've noticed with a lot of people is sometimes based off their environment, they have their own limitations, and all you need is somebody to just remove them and teach you a strategy that allows you to say, hey, regardless of my limitations, this is what works. I just need to be disciplined. So this is another guy right here, right? This guy right here, his name is Sanders. So I made a tweet and I was like, yo, if you took the free trade on Robinhood, send me a screenshot of your profits. And Sanders, you guys can look up his name. You can look at the replies and things like that if you guys want to, if you want to just fact check it. He made $3,560 from a free trade. Something I posted for free. So then when someone tells me, oh, well, why can't you just give me everything for free? Right? Well, I mean, you can always just join the free Discord and you can get a few plays. But to do the insane returns that you see in this group that you're going to keep seeing, right? MJ had his first $1,000 day, right? If you want to see this stuff, I mean, it might take a little bit more. Depends on the type of individual you are, right? This is also on Robinhood, $891. These contracts went 600%. These contracts went 600%. Look at this, $299 on Coinbase. We called out Coinbase as well. So let's take a look at the Robinhood play that we took, all right? What's good, YouTube? Anybody in YouTube got a question? Let me know. TSA, DeMarco, was good, brother? Yo, the YouTube live looks clean as hell. Oh my goodness. How much do you recommend you have in savings before you start? I just recommend you have a good income, like a good paying job, I guess. And the reason that I say that is because you're going to take L's in trading. Like, I'm never going to make it seem like you just not going to take no L's. If anyone tells you you're not going to take a loss, they're damn near like I don't know what they're going through, right? I don't know what they're trying to sell you, but like, you're going to always take losses. But the thing is it's easy to overcome them. So let's take a look at this, right? So I sent this trade out earlier today during our live call. So let's take a look at this, right? So first, this is a trade from today, and then I'll show you guys the trade that most of the people profits that I'm gonna show you guys as well. I'm gonna show you that entry as well. Okay. So if you guys look here, this is a 3-bar, right? This is on the strat, right? A 3-bar is a volatility candle, right? So if we come over here and we grab the strat combo sheet, what you'll see is a 3-2, right? This is a bullish reversal. However, this is a continuation though. The one that I'm showing you is a 3-2 continuation. I know it might sound weird if you've never traded the strat or don't know anything about the strat, but what I am showing you is a 3-2 continuation. So this is a continuation setup, right? So what ends up happening now, right, is when this 3-bar is formed, right, it takes out both sides of the previous candle, right, which is showing you volatility. Bears were in control and then they lost control to the bulls. So when the market opened, I'm sitting there on a live call and I'm like, yo, y'all, if we get a break above 110.23, you take the calls immediately. You don't hesitate. You click buy and you sit and you let it hit, right? That's it, right? So, you know, a lot of our members, they ended up taking the trade. Again, I'll show you guys. It breaks above 110.23, right? And it hits a high of 113.47. But this move from 110.23 to about 112, if you had same day contracts for this week, like contracts that expired today, those contracts pay 80% in within 2 minutes. So when people be like, well, I work a job and I don't have a lot of time to be able to trade, I'm telling you that it's better to learn how to do this with a limited amount of time. So that way, when you get really good at it and you get most of your time back, it will be easier for you. I don't want to create something that's hard for you. Making money should never be hard. It should be easy. It's something that you attract. It's a byproduct of being disciplined. It's a byproduct of executing. How do I get into your Discord? The link is in my bio, guys. The second link in the bio is for the free Discord. The first link is for the paid Discord. Now, again, if you just want to test things out, you want to see for yourself if I'm really, you know, what I say or whatever, doesn't require any credit card, doesn't require any paid information. You don't need any of that stuff, right? You just click your email, you put your email in, you get access to it, you get free signals directly to your phone. What do you trade on? Webull. I signed up, but I don't know if it worked because it didn't direct me to the Discord. You got to check your email. And also download WAP. That's where the course is, the free course. Hi, what's up? What's good? YouTube, how we doing? YouTube? We good? If you on YouTube, say what's up. Say what's up. All right. Is the paid Discord the course? No, the paid Discord is completely different from the free one. But if you're in here and you're looking for some free shit and you just want free shit, you know, the second link in the bio. But if you want like real deal help, the first one is going to be the best deal. All right. So look, this was your entry. It triggers right now. Here's another thing, right? This trade, you on YouTube? Yes. Dantes Akram on YouTube. What's good? What's up, man? I've been watching you for a few years now. You are all around GOAT. I've learned a lot. Still trying to come up. Yo, Michi, appreciate you, brother. Let me set this phone up right here so I can see the chat from YouTube right here. Doing great. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Is the audio good over there on YouTube, y'all? Let me know. Webull still worth the investment at $15? Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that I called this out on Twitter for free, I still don't get enough credit for this. So my targets, I called out the targets on Twitter. So let me see if I can pull up. Let's fact check it, y'all. Let's fact check it. What's up?
My phone fell my lip.
How'd you do that?
So I was talking to Baby like this and my phone fell
Exxon.
my lip.
Okay, I'm on this stream right now, so we'll
Can
put
I
some
get
ice on it.
ice?
Go ahead, grab it. Grab one out and just put it in the rack. All right, cool. So here on Webull, right? This actually looks very similar to Robinhood. So look at this, right? So someone asked me, how did I find this play? Right? Like, how did I even find this? So what's crazy is because I follow people on Twitter who drop game on a consistent basis, this is how I found this trade. So the way I found this trade, I want to show you guys real quick, right? We ended up breaking out when they first IPO'd to a high of almost $80, right? And seeing something like this, so around this time you didn't have options, right? So you couldn't trade options on this, right? This was just shares, right? Institutions, you know, retail, all those people, right? So you have this huge run up, and then it comes back down. And here's where I started to size into my position, right? While we were consolidating in this area, right? So this was our recent support. How did I know this? If you look over here to the, let me move this over. If you look over here on the left, you see this wick, you see this wick. And then what happens is price came back through here. So my average was around $12. So I started buying on this day back here. This is where I averaged in. And I was in drawdown for about 3 weeks. This is about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, okay? So what happens is when I'm in this drawdown, right, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, there's no reason this can't break out, right? And where's my targets? Well, there was a gap at 1392 that needed to get filled, which got filled 2 days ago, right? There's a 4-hour order block, which was my next target, the next level of resistance where institutional selling will come in. This was a target. And now, right now, you guys are currently seeing Webull breaking out into 1578 on in the 1614 gap. So let's take a look at this, right? Let's pull up Twitter. I'm on Twitter right now. Let's head over to my page. So I'll go to my account, and then I'll show you guys the actual live profits and where I called it out. So what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll type in bull, and you'll see all the tweets that I made about bull. Actually, let me go over to my, okay. So here it is right here, right? So bull update, I sent this out on Twitter for free. So bull update, I put $10,000 in shares and $20 in call options. I put $10,000 in shares and $20 call options. So I put $20,000 into this trade. Those shares are currently up $2,694. So here's proof of inside of my M1 account, the profits from this, from just buying shares. It's up 30%, right? And then right here from the options, they're currently up 54%, and they don't expire until January. So this is $5,400. I don't have to make content. I don't have to get on TikTok live to sell you anything. I don't have to, do any of this stuff, right, to make any profits, right? Someone said I'm in it since the bottom. This guy's up $27,000, right? Whatever. But the biggest key thing that you want to understand is, like, you got to do your due diligence before you just jump into stuff like this. But I wanted to show you guys this trade currently breaking out. The goal is 1614 on this. The link in bio sends me a course and not to the Discord. You got to go through WAP, and there's a link inside of there, right? There's a link inside of there that'll take you to the free Discord. You got to download the WAP app to get access to the Discord. It looks like their IPO. Yeah, this was their IPO right here. They IPO'd, and then they consolidated in a demand area, and now what's happening is breaking out. So where's my next targets at, right? So someone just asked me, is it too late to get into Webull, right? Well, I mean, my next target is 1614. The next target after that is 1750, and then the next target after that is 1887. $20, which is where my contracts go in the money, but this is also a key level. And then after that, they have some gaps to the upside as well. So the one thing to consider with Webull is that they just posted an article in Alert where they just basically combined Webull Pay with Webull Corporations. And basically what this is going to allow you to do is to trade crypto on Webull, on the platform, which is going to be huge from a volume standpoint, right? From a volume standpoint of new customer base, right? So if you can trade crypto, like not on some like Coinbase shit, but like actually like trade it. Imagine how many traders want to trade crypto instead of trading futures, instead of trading Forex, instead of trading goddamn, water lines and all this shit, right? Like instead of doing all that, you can trade crypto, right? Your favorite cryptos. And they're bringing it into Webull's platform in quarter 3. What I think what will happen in quarter 3 with Webull is that they're going to report their earnings. And if you notice in their most recent earnings, they've been losing. They were losing money, but they were losing less money every quarter. If they report a positive earnings in August, I think we see $25 easily by December, easily. I mean, even with it breaking out right now, especially if we can get through this 16-14 level, which is looking like it's doing right now, like I can actually see if my Robinhood account is open, and we can look at the contracts just so you guys can see. So let's open up Robinhood.com. And we can look at the actual contracts as well. So look at this. Yeah, here it is right here. So these are up 66%. Let me see if I can drag this over. Okay, one second, y'all. Let me drag it over so you guys can see. Let's come back over to this monitor. So check this out, right? This is the actual position right here. So let me minimize this like this, and then I'm gonna bring this back over here. Okay, can you guys see this right here? This is a long hold. I have shares and I have options. So look at this. This is the position right now, right? So I put in $10,000. My $10,000 is currently at $16,140, right? A couple of big trade letters going out. Could be today. Dope. Trump is trying to get the market to do something, right? So today's return is $3,900, which is 32%. The total return on this so far is 6,600. So it just jumped up again. So I think, yeah, we're at about 16. So the contracts are just increasing. So these are up 66% right now since I've called it out on for free on Twitter. So currently almost up $7,000. The shares are up around $3,000. And again, I don't have to make no content. I don't got to come over here and talk to y'all. I could literally do this by myself. But, you know, I get on these platforms because I just want to say, hey, it's possible, right? It's literally possible. You don't have to, you know, go work a job to make money like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can find a skill that can pay you unlimited amounts of money. What time of days do you stream? I don't really have a set schedule just yet. I think I'm going to switch to something like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe Sunday too. I just got to see, because this is something new to me. Like, I never really did anything like this. I just do it for fun at this point. But yeah. Did you go over hood already? Yes. So let me go over the actual entry for last week that I had at $98. Damn, I actually removed all the drawings. All good. All good. All right, so check this out. So this is July 8th. Okay, so was it the 8th? What was last week? Last Friday was, what was last Friday, guys? I don't have a calendar up right now. I got fucking TikTok over here, YouTube right here. What was last Friday? Can somebody tell me what date was that? Or did we get it on last Wednesday? Let me see. The weekend. This is Monday of this week, the 11th. The 11th. Oh yeah, no, we did get in here. This is on Friday. No, we got in on Thursday because we were down when we first opened. So look at this. So where did I get this trade idea, right? So first off, right, let's just rewind this and we'll go over how I took this trade and then the results of people who took this trade, all right? Is that okay with y'all? So let's rewind this, right? So how did I get this trade initially? So first off, when we initially had this breakout right here, this 3-bar gave me the, so I took this trade back here as well, right? So we rolled it up. And then I got out around this consolidation because I'm like, I think it might fill this gap and maybe retest this order block. So I got out the trade, which is why I didn't take as big of a profit as some of the screenshots that I had, as some of the screenshots that you'll see from some of my students from this trade 2 weeks ago. The one that I'm showing you right now is from last week that we rolled over to today. All right. So what you'll see right here, right? You have this 3-2 continuation and then you created this new high. So if you mark off this high right here, right, which is at $100.88, at the time, this was the most recent all-time high, right? So what we started to see after it broke out and made this breakout is this consolidation. And the reason I like consolidation is because it's showing that it's creating a base, right? It's creating a base above $90, right? Let me go ahead and do this. Move that over. Okay, good. So it's creating a base, right? So this is also a 3-bar. So a 3-bar is an actionable signal. So when you're looking at the strat, right? July 11th. Thank you, Janaya. I appreciate that. When you look at the strat, you can take a 3-bar, right? And you can take the break of a 3-bar. So you can basically mark the high and the low of a 3-bar. And then you take calls above, puts below. It's literally that simple. This is not something I created. Shout out to Rob Smith. You know, God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? He created the strat. I'm a student of it. That's it. Okay. Should I start on the Discord and then come back to your lives? I'm a beginner. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. So check this out, right? So you have this consolidation, right? So let's go ahead and move this line right here. So this is around $98, right? So when I called this on Twitter, price was at around 96, okay? So I didn't get in on this day. What we ended up doing is, let's move forward one candle. You had this consolidation. So our entry was right here, right? Above this 3-bar. So it never triggered, right? So you basically set an alert, right? This is like one of the simplest ways. If you work a job, if you have kids, you don't have enough time to sit there and trade and stuff like that. You mark out your entries, you set alerts, and when it alerts, you take the trade. That's all I do, right? So when it alerts me that the entry is ready, I take the trade. This is on Thursday, right? The next day, we had this push up, but it was a liquidity grab. It was a sweep of liquidity, right? So it was money that pushed up. We broke these all-time highs, and then all these people who thought we were going to keep pushing up, all that money, they got stopped out. But because I sized my trades for zero and I bought contracts for this week, I wasn't worried about it. I had bought 110 calls that ended up going 800%, right? Because I bought it, back here, and I pretty much rode it all the way up until today, earlier this morning. I'll show you guys the screenshots, right? So you basically take the entry here off of a daily. So where did I find the entry? I found this on a daily time frame. If I find something on a daily time frame, I'm usually buying options, contracts, expirations for either this week or next week. Is usually how I trade, right? So we end up breaking out, and then I'm down now, right? So I took the entry the day before. So theta already is hitting my contract right out the gate, right? Like my contract is already down. At this point, I think I'm down like 15% or something like that. I'm not tripping, right? I'm already down, and then it closes as a fail two up. I'm like, oh fuck, I think I mistimed it, maybe, right? That's what I'm thinking. But I still sent the trade out on Twitter, right? And I just basically sent it out to the Discord group as well, and I'll show you all the screenshots, like I said. So as we're in the trade, right, on Monday, it starts to push up, and I'm like, yo, if we see this breakout above 102.50, you know what I'm saying, this will be the move that we've been waiting for. So it just never happened though, right? So we consolidated. Then we got this break, right? And this leads into today. So this break on Thursday, which is yesterday, is what helped our contracts get closer to the money. And then when we woke up, right, like I had 110 contracts, 110 calls. I woke up and price had already broken above 110 right here. So notice how last week's entry paid this week and today's entry paid today. But it's the same setup. It's a 3-bar. Literally the same exact thing. What I just showed you on the daily time frame, I did on a 30-minute time frame before the market opened, and we banked on it. YouTube, is everything making sense so far that you guys are watching right now? Right? So this was the setup. This was the trade. Right? Like, I'm not overcomplicating trading, guys. Like, I get it. You think all this stuff is difficult. It's only difficult and it's only complicated because you don't know what it means yet. Trading is the best business model. It is the best thing you can do with your time. Hands down, I do agree. You can build a business. That's great. But like, if you get good at trading, it'll help you in every area of your life. How are we? We not at 10K likes? Yo, can we get to 10K likes, y'all? 3,200 is crazy. Give me the 10K likes, y'all. Give me the 10K likes. And I'll start going over tickers that you guys want to see. So you mark it on a daily and buy on the 30, yes. Or I'll mark it on the 4-hour and buy on the 30. At 10,000 likes, I'll explain the strat. How about that? 10,000 likes, and I'll explain what the 1s and the 2s and the 3s, I'll explain what all that stuff is in an easy way for you to understand and why we actually trade it. Oh my goodness. 10K likes. All right. When you trade options, how do you prevent losing more than you should on pre-market if you can't sell? I size all of my trades for $0, right? So what does that mean? The Strat by Rob Smith, yes. I size all of my trades for 0. What does that mean? So the way you fix losing more than you want to lose is not entering the trade oversized. So what do I mean by this, right? For the most part, most people will trade with a stop loss, right? So I gave this example yesterday. The normal person in here who trades takes a trade with $1,000 and they have a 30% stop loss. So what they do, right? Exactly. Enter with 200 and risk that for 200. Exactly. That's exactly what I do, right? So most people in here, if you don't know what size for 0 means or trade your stop loss, basically most people in here, they'll take a trade with $1,000, they'll have a 30% stop loss. So they're basically telling the brokerage, if I get down 30%, just sell my contracts. I only want to lose $300. That's basically what you're saying. Well, what I do, right, because I trade same week contracts or same day contracts. what I do, because I know that theta can kill your contracts, and sometimes it takes a little bit more time for your trade to play out, right? What I personally do, right, is I take the trade with $300, and then it either goes my way or it goes to $0. But in this case scenario, I give myself all the time to be able to see if it will work out. I'm not worried about the expiration. I'm not worried about none of that other stuff, right? I can take the trade, right? And I can sit and draw down until it comes back. So even on the Robinhood play, I was down 60% at one time. Most people would have got stopped out. But today I sold the contracts at 800%, 900%. Set up a Zoom call meeting with you, and Noah's in a meeting. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll have the team reach out to you. I normally have a team member who takes it, but what time is it? 3? I'll have them reach out to you. I'm so sorry about that. Right, so enter with 200 in risk. Exactly, same thing. It's literally just that. YouTube, does that make sense? What's your Discord? So look, if you guys are in here and you want to learn the strat, you want some free resources, strat combinations, free course, there's a second link. There's a second link in my bio, right? So you click the first link. It's a what's it called? A link tree. You click it, and then the second link in that link tree takes you to the free version of the Discord. And the first link is the paid version. If you don't want to pay, go to the second one. So technically you lose, but you stay in the game until you win. You only lose when you sell the trade, right? So you can be down in a trade. If you sell at a loss, right, then yeah, you lose. But if you sit in the trade like me, I'll sit in the trade until it expires. Because there's times where I'm in a trade and it ends up coming back the last day that it expires. Like Robinhood today. Yesterday I was down 60%. I just so happened to wake up and the contracts were up 2,000%. It was I think it was up 1,600% today, which is why I closed out at 800%. There's only one link that I see in your bio. Are you clicking the link in my TikTok bio? You trade a $1,000 contract that expires in 2 weeks, holding it until it succeeds, risking all. Exactly. And you called me about the call, and it was right before the meeting was supposed to start. Yeah, that was a team member who reached out to you. We'll get it handled. We'll get it rescheduled for you. I apologize. How many hours a day do you trade? I tend to only trade from 9:30 to 12. Anytime after that, I'm off the charts. So you use Twitter pages to get your information on stocks making moves soon? Not just Twitter pages. I use a variety of different things. Articles, there's certain articles that I go through. I chart the night before. So proper preparation gets you paid. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was the Robinhood trade. And then let me show you guys the results. So this is $1,000 in a day. This is $891. So this is 325% on the Robinhood trade. If we keep scrolling up, you guys are gonna see a bunch of wins from the members in the group. So Dana, she caught on to Robinhood a little late, but still got 34% on that trade. Closed out my one contract. If you keep scrolling up, this is me on Webull earlier. We were up to 4,400. Right now we're at 6,400 right here. Right, so it's appreciated about $2,200 since I sent this screenshot in the Discord, and we're still pretty much holding. Yeah, it's at 6,600. So look, down here, if I scroll over just like this, boom, you look down here at today's return, $4,380. Total return, $6,660, right? And I can refresh this for you. And this is real profits. So this is the trade that I sent out for free on Twitter. Again, you can get all this if you just click the follow button and then go ahead and join the free Discord group. Okay, keep scrolling up. Robinhood 21%. So this is just our trading chat. Let me show y'all the let me go down here real quick. Let me just read this. Man, Trump is always late, always. I'll go to the trading profits channel. So this is where you're gonna see like all of our day-to-day trades. This is literally just today. 92% on IWM, 33% on IWM. PJ made $528. This is 2,300% today. So like when I told y'all I woke up and my contracts were up 1,800%, yes, that's how I closed my trade out at like 700%, 800%. So you put $99 to make 4K? What you mean? How long does it take to get accepted? Accepted into what? Is this the paid Discord? Yes, this is the paid one. The free one, you don't get access to any of this or any of these members because they obviously, they pay to be in this portion. Eddie, yo. What up, Eddie? The link is in my bio for the free version of the Discord. Yo, hey, Eddie. What's crazy is when Saeed asked if he should hold the contracts, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, bro, you really know that this shit could really go to like 110? I'm at this point, I'm so convinced on it. And when he sold it, I'm like, but profit is profit, right? Profit is profit. Oh, we had 10K likes? All right, bet. I'm gonna go over this strat with y'all. What's good, Gavin? What's good, brother? How much is the paid version? $99 a month, guys. $1.65 and you had 60 contracts. Yes. Well, no. So look. No. All right, let me explain this real quick. Let me go over to the screenshot. So this is I got a couple TSA members in here right now. And they know about this play, right? So when you're looking at an options contract, right? Where is it at? Okay, so look, average cost $1.65. Let me open this up a little bit more, right? So here's the thing. This is the option premium, right? So you have to move the decimal over 2 times to buy one contract. So this is $165 per contract, and I have about 64. So I spent $10,000 on this to make $6,600 in a month. All right, in a month and a half. Where did I buy this? Date bought 5/27. So what's that? About a month and a half, yeah. $6,600 in a month and a half. So like even in Hood was a crazy call out, insane call out, bro. Hood is definitely a hold, absolutely. I think it's a $200 stock. I don't know when it'll get there, but I do believe it's a $200 stock. If you look at the fundamentals of the company, if you look at their balance sheets, if you know anything about that stuff, there's no reason you would bet against it. Now, obviously, all markets have minor pullbacks. Bro, I caught you live. Love you, man. You the reason I started a business. I'm on my way home out the rat race. Love you, broski. Yo, love you, bro. Appreciate you. Proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you, my guy. But yeah. So look, on this is what the options premium is. And I teach, what the options premium, the contract price, buy and sell, all the contracts, calls, puts. I teach all that shit, right? You basically move this decimal point over to the right 2 times, and that's how much one contract costs. So it's $165. And it's so I bought $10,000 worth, and my $10,000 grew to $16,380 in a month and a half. Now, to some people who trade, they're gonna be like, yo, bro, that ain't really that much money. That's cool too. You know what I'm saying? But for me to not do shit, this is what I want y'all to understand. Trading is the best thing you can possibly do in the world because you don't have to talk to nobody. You don't have to talk to nobody. You don't got to make no content. You don't have to. I don't even have to get on live, right? Like I don't have to do any of this stuff. I could literally go sit on a beach all day, click a couple buttons, and make what I used to make in a year, in a day, in a week, in a month. Literally. 6,000 profit in a month, not that bad. This is just this trade. It's not even this month. This is just this trade. That's the crazy part. And like people think like y'all need a whole bunch of money. You do not need an insane amount of money. I can show you multiple times different contracts that you can buy that are $10. IWM contracts are $13 to $14. My contracts 2 days ago went from $14 to $93. So for the person who only has $14 and you want to make $100, you can't come in and be like, but that's not life-changing money, Tez. Motherfucker, it is $14 to $90. It's a percentage game. You got to think in percentages. IWM, I win money. Exactly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people who come in with the bare minimum expectation get bare minimum results. That's why you're not where you want to be at, because you came in always talking about free. And then when you get free, you don't execute with the same level of someone who actually pays for something. Isn't that ironic? You want results like the person who spends thousands of dollars to get the information,
but you don't spend the thousands of dollars to get the information. So you want the results without the work. You want the results without the sacrifice. And then you go by and you go through life and you wonder why everything feels like it's happening to you as opposed to you going out and making shit happen. Does that make sense? Am I preaching or am I preaching? What option should I get with $125? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Join the free community. Shout out to my boy Nova, 5,480. Hey, Eddie, did you catch this? Hey, it's crazy. So look, the market is closing, right? You in the book, Doc? Hey, man, look. Shout out to my dog, Tay. Nova sends this trade out, right? And I'm like, damn, do I want to take this? No, I didn't catch Baba. Yeah, bro. He sent it out, and I'm like, do I want to take this? Because he was like, I'm betting on. So look, we do have, like, for the people who like work jobs and stuff and you can't sit at the computer, we send swing trades. So I have a member on my team who only sends swing trades. Like stuff you can hold overnight. Click a button, hold it overnight, you make money, right? So on Alibaba, if we come up, right? He sent this out. He said, playing China tomorrow, risky, so size for 0, or choose next week expiration to reduce risk exposure, right? So Baba is flying. This was up $4. I think he got, what contracts did he get? 119s. This went 437%. So you put $1,000 on this. This is $1,000 into $4,370. You put $100 on this. Someone asked me, what contracts should I buy with $125? Well, if you was in TSA, you would have been able to buy these contracts, right? He got 30 contracts for $1,200. You could have definitely bought a few with $125. And you would have turned $125 or $100 into $437. Oh my God. Hey, hold on. We cooking. I got the notification gap fill. Boom. Now look, I'm literally on here making money on autopilot. Come on, bro. Look, Webull 1612. Did I not call it on Twitter? Yes, I did. $20, not far away. If these contracts get in the money, Eddie, like I said, when these contracts get in the money, I'm doing a MacBook giveaway. But this is only the TSA members. I'm not doing that shit for y'all people on TikTok. People want me to just give them shit on TikTok. I'll give you some free shit, but like, I'm not about to just like, why would I give you a MacBook and you don't even put the work in? You don't even deserve it. That shit will be wild. It's going to go in the money. Trust. I low-key feel like I low-key want to sell maybe 20% of these. Like if I sell 20 of these contracts and take off some risk, you gave a free trade that hit again. We don't pay you, that's why. Shit, man, look. I might have to, you don't gotta pay me, you gotta put the hours in. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want you to join my free group if you're not gonna put the hours in. This is for the people who want to do it. Now obviously I can't control what you do, but like don't expect like results from people who actually put the work in. I might have to start dipping into the leap game. Come on, bro. I'm telling you, you know I've been telling you. League of Legends, what a baller. I do be playing League, I ain't gonna lie. Most people don't know that. Most people don't know I don't play. I play computer games. I keep that shit on the super low. How do we become a TSA member? You just click the link in my bio. It's the first link to become a TSA member. However, the free group is just free members. They're not technically TSA. You like T. You just not the SA in it. You know what I'm saying? But TSA, you got to be in the paid group. Time is money, friends. It is. I will put the work in. I just need the MacBook to start. Nah, hell no. MacBook is going to somebody in the group who actually been consistent. And I got a few people in mind. I know if I buy 2 MacBooks, I know exactly who I'm gonna give it to. That's how clutch that shit is. Where's the link to your group? It's in my bio. I recently just started reading about a week ago. How can I join your free group? It's in my bio. Tez, do you always close your trades manually or do you set sell orders? I don't really set sell orders at all. I close them out on alerts, right? So this trade right here, when this hit 1614, I got a alert. So look, I'm gonna show y'all what the alert said. Alerts. Damn, did I not set it on? Oh look. So look, we fucking cooking on bull. This is the alert I just got to my phone, which is why I went over to this chart. So then that's when I noticed, it was up to 1614, which is my next target. YouTube, y'all still tapped in? The paid Discord shows how to. Hey Eddie, can you pin the pretty nerds comment? just so people can stop asking me so much. Have you tried trading futures? I've tried it before. It's giving TSA versus pre-check. No, literally. Oh my God, bull, please, bro, please. I just need you to go in the money. I don't want to be on no hopium shit, but like the order block at 1750, there's literally, this thing could run like dead ass. What site for the charts? TradingView. What's a great long-term investment? Yourself. Investing in you. That's the best investment you'll ever make in your life. $6,700. All right, let me move this back over here. What do you trade? I trade options. Oh, fuck. Bro, I gotta get this shit together. This streaming shit. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta give kudos to Kai Cenat and you know, all the AMP. That streaming shit, that's just not easy, bro. That's just not easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Is the paid Discord show you how to trade? Yes. Everything from start to finish. All right. What was we looking at? Somebody asked me a ticker. SCHD? Schwab. Oh, yeah. Charles Schwab. They had earnings today. Didn't they? Oh, no, I'm tripping. This is Schwab. Wait, who had earnings today? Am I tripping? Is this not the same? Oh, this is Schwab US dividend equity. No. You got to go to SCHW. Yeah. I'm tripping. I'm like, didn't I send this out earlier? I don't know. I think I got the alert for this. It's just been consolidating. You had a fail 2 up, reversed, then a fail 2 down. This is straight chop. Goes inside, and then it goes 2 down. So, I mean, it could have paid if you took it. 3M went nuts. No. 3M went crazy. Off that entry I gave, bro, look at this. And what's crazy is, look, Eddie, you know we talk about this, right? You gap down, push down, and extend into an order block. When you get this curling effect, right, this might be a great position to buy for next week. Maybe. We would have to look at the daily. Fuck no. I don't even want to touch this. That 3, Eddie, you know how we feel about 3 bars, man. You know how we feel. Bull went crazy. I'm up 40%. Hey, shout out to Charles, man. Dig the vibe, man. I appreciate you. Yo, Dougie Fresh. Appreciate you, my guy. Netflix. Let's look at Netflix. Those 3 bars are money calls. I swear to God, bro. 3 bars will get you paid. They will get you paid. Trust and believe. Netflix. Same thing here. This was one of those ones. Oh my God, bro. Did we really? Didn't I say the entry? Wait, where did I give the entry at? Or am I tripping? Day trade. Oh my God, I didn't. No, you're right. I didn't send out Netflix because the contracts were too expensive. So like my members who have bigger accounts, I showed this trade, which is why it's marked off. Look at that, Eddie. A break below previous day lows and a break below previous week lows. Didn't I say if we go through previous week lows, your targets outside of the order block, 50% order block, this level down here, which was on a daily time frame, a wick on a daily, and then you have another part of the order block. All targets hit. What you think about all the XRP hype? I was a part of the XRP train until I sold everything for Bitcoin, and I'll never regret it. You know why? Because Bitcoin will forever be the Michael Jordan of crypto. Forever. There's a limited supply. I only want to keep my money in the best thing ever. Damn, Netflix went ballistic. It really did, bro. So that's why I'm kind of low-key salty. All right, let me teach them what the strat is. All right, y'all got me to 10K likes. At 25K likes, I'll give y'all a free trade for next week. How about that? 25K likes, I'll give y'all a free trade for next week. But for right now, here's what I do: 25K likes and 250 followers. I'm at 170 right now. So if 80 people hit the follow button and we get to 25K likes, I'll give y'all a free trade. I'll give y'all 2 free trades for next week. How's that sound? It's crazy to think Bitcoin was at 20K a couple years ago. Yeah. How do you think I feel? I bought my first whole Bitcoin at 23,000. So to see it where it is today is literally feels unbelievable. For someone who knows nothing about trading, would you advise the paid Discord or to start with the free? I would recommend the paid one. The only reason I made the free one is because the people who keep DMing me on Twitter, on TikTok, asking me for shit for free, I'm just like, bro, let me just put this together for them. Those are like unserious people. They're going to be tire kickers, right? So like, I just let them do their thing, right? Like I just made something free for them. For the people who are like dead ass, you want to learn this shit like for real, the paid version. So you're a millionaire now off Bitcoin. I wasn't a millionaire off Bitcoin. I was a millionaire off clothes. That's how I got like my first Bitcoin. Like my first few Bitcoin was off selling clothes online. I was selling do-rags. I was selling clothes. I scaled a clothing brand. I started investing in the stock market with my clothing money. I flipped my clothing money in the stock market during 2020 pandemic. I caught AMC. I caught goddamn GameStop. I didn't really catch GameStop. That was like on some like late shit. My mom told me about it. I bought it. I only made a couple $100. That wasn't nothing crazy. Okay, so let's explain what a strat is. Somebody just said, why are your candlesticks this color, bro? Let me go to a chart. Someone name a chart. You sound like you're from Jersey. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Somebody give me a chart to look at so I can explain the strat. PLTR. Okay. We'll go with Palantir. Trump officially signs Crypto Genius Act into law. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog, Trump, man. Nah, I'm not a Trump supporter. Just want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? I like what he's doing for crypto. But me and Trump, I need to get smoke. All right, so let's explain ones, twos, and threes. So let me remove all my drawings off of PLTR, okay? Now, mind you guys, the market is open right now. So if you're watching this, I want y'all to share this video in this live with a few of your friends who trade. If they're interested in learning the strat, or if they like making money. If they don't like making money and you're not a good friend, don't send it to them, all right? So let's start off with the simplest candlestick, which is a 1, okay? So the very first foundation that you need to understand about the strat. So let me first give you the foundation. The strat, I did not create the strat. There's a guy, his name was Rob Smith. He passed away, unfortunately, right? Who is the creator of the strat. And his philosophy behind the strat was that candlesticks only do 3 things based off the most recent candlestick. And that's they consolidate, they break above, or they break below. That is the foundation of the strat. When you are reading these candlesticks and you see 1s and 2s and 3s, it will always, in every scenario, be based off the previous candle. Now, Tez, what are you talking about? You read this candle based off of this candle. You read this candle based off of this candle. You read this candle based off this candle. Every single, and this is why the strat is so important, because it teaches you price action. It teaches you how to read candlestick patterns and how to read actual candlestick price action, right? So if that's the case, every number on these candlesticks actually means something. It is a particular type of candle, and it's important for you to understand what these types of candles are and what you do with these particular candlesticks. Does this make sense? Drop a yes in the chat if you are watching, you learning, and everything that I just said makes sense. Drop a yes in the chat right now. I need to see, we got 169 people in this live. I need to see at least 50 yeses, at least. All I'm asking you to do is type 3 words. Just type yes. Okay, Gonzalez, you just had to say C. All right, man. There we go. All right, cool. So watch this. So we're going to start off with the very first candle. Now, again, the market is open right now, right? The market is open right now. So you're going to see this stuff moving, right? You're going to see this stuff moving. I probably should just move over to the left. Yeah, let me just move over to the left so this doesn't distract y'all, because I feel like y'all going to be watching. You'll be like, oh, Palantir got a nice setup, though. But like, nah, bro. I'm done for the day. Robinhood paid the bills. Webull is paying for the trip back to Dubai. So when y'all see the content in Dubai, I know y'all seen my last couple videos in Dubai. When you see me back out there, just know Webull sponsored it. All right, let me get back to the point. So if we know that the strat is based off of reading previous candlesticks, okay, then we need to understand what types of candlesticks these are, okay? So the very first candle that you need to learn about is called a 1 bar, okay? What time frame are we on? We're on a 30-minute time frame. This strat setup, or the strat, works on any time frame. It does not matter if it's the monthly, the yearly, the quarter, the minute, the 5-minute, the 15-minute. It don't matter what time frame you trade. This works for all time frames. It is a rule and a foundation of the strat. It works for everything, because a candle is a candle is a candle. Period. Okay? The market will always make previous highs, previous lows. Always. Higher highs, lower lows. We'll get into that later, okay? So, right here is a 1 bar, okay? So, if your name, let's say my name is Nantes, right? But most people call me Tez. That is my nickname, okay? Well, this candlestick is called a 1 bar. That is their formal name. But the nickname is an inside bar, or you can switch those around, right? An inside bar is also known as a 1 bar, right? Webull, $21 income, ain't that a fact? Shout out to my boy Elite Options. Oh my God, look. Are we not making money just sitting here talking to y'all? $7,107 or $7,140. 5K today. But we're gonna let it do what it do. We're gonna let it keep cooking. I just need to actually set my next alert, but I'll do that shortly. All right. Shout out to everybody that's getting money with your boy. All right, cool. So on a 1 bar, okay, what we're gonna do is, to make things simple for you to learn, I'm gonna mark out the high and the low. Okay. This is the high and the low of the candle. So how do I know this is the high and the low of the candle? Because this is a wick, right? Wicks happen on both sides, okay, of a candlestick. The wick at the top of the candle is the high. The wick at the bottom of the candle is the low. High, low, high, low, high, low, okay? So what you do is you mark off these two, okay? Now, why do I do this? The reason that I do this, and I'm gonna actually extend this line. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna drag it through here. I'm gonna drag it through this previous candle. Actually, it probably won't let me. I'll leave it like this, right? So, for an inside bar, which is also known as a 1 bar, right? The reason this is a 1, remember what I told y'all, a foundational rule of the strat is reading this candle based off of this candle. So how does this work? So the reason this is a 1 is because the high of this candle and the low of the candle of this candle is inside of this candle. So y'all see how this is the high of this candle? This wick is the high, the highest point price got to within this candlestick, within this time frame. This high is inside of here. It hasn't broken above. Does that make sense? If this makes sense, drop a yes in the chat. I don't want to make sure I'll make sure because I only want to explain this time. All right. Okay, good. This, y'all see how this wick right here is inside of this wick? It hasn't broken below. This is why it's a 1. What do I mean by that? A 1 stands for consolidation. It is choppiness. It is literally consolidating. If you never heard of the word consolidating, you're hearing it now. It is choppy. No one is in control. That is what consolidation means. There's no one with a particular there's no one with control in that particular standpoint, right? So look, think of it like this. Okay? You're a great teacher, professor. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. So if this is the scenario, right? Think of it like this. In the market, you have what? Who are going back and forth? Who can tell me that in the chat? We're gonna make this a very interactive class. We're gonna make sure everybody understands everything. YouTube, y'all tapped in. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all, if y'all on YouTube, share this live with a friend who want to learn how to trade and make money, because we do this on a day-to-day basis. Thank you. Stay creative mentors. Shout out to you, right? So we know, and again, player 1, you're also correct. We know in the market, what makes up these candlesticks is buyers and sellers, also known as bulls and bears. So key fundamental thing, if you're new to trading, a bull is somebody who is betting on the stock to go up. How do I know this? A bull's horns faces up. So whenever someone say I am bullish, it's they're thinking that the stock or the economy or this thing is going up. If I say that I am bearish, remember, bears walk on their hands, right? When they fight, they swipe down. So you're thinking that the price is going down, right? You're betting that the stock is going down. You're a bearish, right? Does that make sense? Are we following along right now? Still making money on Webull, yo. Hey, Eddie, let me know when Webull gets to $17 if it ends up triggering today. It'll probably hit it after hours, but just so I know, because I might shave off like 20 contracts or so. Okay. 3-2s be hitting. That's a fact, bro. All right, cool. We all following along. All right, great. Check the Discord. 1 second, y'all. Let me check the Discord real quick. MSTR 36%. Shout out to Eddie. Eddie's in the chat right now. We go crazy in the Discord, man. We go crazy. This is while we're talking. I told y'all don't need to, you know, be doing all that shit. I've been in Webull since it was 13 bucks. That's lit, bro. We're making money in real time. All right, cool. So we're going to get to 2s and 3s. So the reason this is a 1 bar is because it's consolidating. Bulls nor bears have broken out. So how do I know it's a particular bear or a bull in control? Is that they'll break either this low or they'll break this high. That is how you know that. Okay? That is how you know who's in control. Okay? In this candlestick, no one's in control. It is consolidating based off of the previous candlestick. Great. We all know what 1s are. Type a 1 in the chat if you understand what a 1 is now. Great. You are slowly but surely working your way up the ladder. Feel me? Feel me. Good. Okay, good. We got a lot of 1s in the chat. A lot of 1s. All right. So I'll teach you how to take these trades as well when we get to 25,000 likes. Okay, when we get to 25,000 likes, I'll teach you how to take these trades. But for now, keep learning. All right, keep learning. So if we know that a foundational thing of the strat is reading the candlestick based off the previous candle, well, here's the thing. What is a 2 then? If I mark out the high and I mark out the low of this 2, right? Who can tell me why this is a 2? If this is a 1 because it didn't break above or below, then why is this a 2? And I'm going to mark off this candle right here too, just so y'all can see. Because again, you're reading each candle based off the previous candle. So why is this a 2? It's bullish, but why is it bullish? Who can tell me down below in the chat? Yes, a 2 is bullish. A 2 up is bullish, yes. It broke out at the bottom because it did break, right? Okay, so look, this is a simpler way, okay? This candle broke above this candle's high and it closed above this candle's high, which means that the bulls are in control. So when you have a 2 bar, right, this is what it's called, a 2 bar. So remember, my name is Dantes, but everyone calls me Tez. That's my nickname. A 2 bar is also known as a directional candle. There's different types of 2s. There's a 2 up, which is what you're watching right now. A 2 up means what? Bulls are in control. This is a bullish candlestick. It is going up. A 2 down is the opposite. It is a bearish candlestick. It is going down. Right? So the reason this is a green 2 up, the reason it's a 2 up. So if I say 2 up, don't get confused. Just remember 2 up. Oh, bulls. Bull, horns face up. So it's a 2 up. Make sense? Good. Y'all following, y'all tracking. Good. Okay, I'll get to the indicator at 25,000 likes. I'll break all that stuff down. I'll give y'all the indicator, guys. I will, I promise. Okay. Now back to my point. So if this candle right here breaks above this previous candle's high and it closes above it, right? This is why this is a 2 up. So now we know what a 2 up is. It is a directional candle. It is telling me, right? This is telling me that the bulls are in control. Buyers are in control. That's all it's saying. On a 2 down, right? So let's look at this. So we know this is a 1, right? So the reason this is a 2 down is because it broke this candle's low and it closed lower than its close, than the recent candle's close, which means the bears are in control. Sellers are in control in this particular candlestick. Are we following along? So you have a 2 up and you have a 2 down. Oh my God, Tez, I thought the strat was so much simpler or so much more complicated. No, it's not. I swear to God. It's only the fact that this is different from what you are used to. It's different from any video you've watched on YouTube because they're teaching you strategies that work for them. I'm just showing you what works for me. This is what, for a person who graduated with a 2.7 GPA, this is what made me understand the market. This is what helped me understand how to take a trade, why to take the trade. It's not complicated at all. It's not. And the thing is if you tell yourself it's complicated, it's going to be complicated. If you tell yourself you're not going to make $1 million, you're not going to make $1 million. Okay. Done with the rant. Okay. Shout out to all my clippers. Please clip that. Clip everything. Clip it all. You know what I'm saying? Just join. What up, Angel? Hope all is well. Just join. I'm new here. What up? What's good? What's good? Okay, sellers and buyers. Yeah, shout out to YouTube. What indicator you on? I swear to God, I'm about to show you exactly what indicator I'm on to. I swear. We got 13 people on YouTube. Salute. Salute. I love you. TikTok, we got 247. Shout out to everybody in here. Okay. All right, so we know what a 2 up and a 2 down, right? 2 up and a 2 down. Are we good? Comment 2s down below. I need to see at least, we got 260 people in here. I need to see at least 75 2s in the chat. If we clicking, we clicking. If not, we not. Do you do one-on-one sessions? No, there's no amount of money you can pay me to do a one-on-one session. I'm sorry. I probably won't say no amount of money. I'd probably take one. I'd probably do a one-on-one for like an hour. I'd probably do for probably like 3,000. Maybe. Why are y'all putting different numbers? What's up? What are we on? So we don't understand what a 2 is, y'all. YouTube. Okay, yeah, YouTube is following along. I don't know. So the reason this is a 2 up is because it broke the previous candle's high and it closed above this previous candle. Okay? The reason this is a 2 down is because it broke the previous candle's low and it closed lower than the previous candle. If you don't understand this, it's because you don't know what a candlestick is. Right? You don't know what a bullish candlestick and a bearish candlestick is. So if that's the case, this is so far out of your league right now, you might as well just click off this live, to be completely honest with you. And I know I might lose a lot of viewers, but like on some real shit, if you don't know what a candlestick is, me teaching you the strat is based off of what a candlestick is. I'm telling you. So if you want to learn what a candlestick is, for anyone in here, you want to learn the strat or just the beginner, super duper beginner, what is a call, what is a put, what is a bear, what is a bull. If you want to learn all that, there's a free link in my bio. You get a free course, right? Bull's still at 1653. Damn, it's at 1653. So look, are we not making money? Y'all just watch me make $1,800 and I'm just sitting on here. $8,400. $8,400 in profit. Am I What are we on? What are we doing? What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? YouTube, am I not making money? How many should I sell? Should I sell some? Brody's academically clip farming type shit. You know? This is I might sell some of these. Do I want to sell some? I might sell like 20 of these. Let me see if I sell 20. Whoops, wrong number. 20, I take off $6,000 of risk. I might trim some right here. I might trim, I have 60 contracts. Let me see if I trim 25, that'll put me at 7,500. Damn, that'll be crazy. I'm gonna trim 25 contracts right here. Yeah, I'm gonna trim 25. Fuck it. Caulfield, all right. Just secure money on live. Thank you. All right, cool. So we just sold 25 of those. Cool. So let me tweet that out too. I'll tweet it out later. So we just sold 25. So now in our cash account, we're sitting cash. So now I'm damn near almost removed all risk from this trade. I've almost removed all risk from this trade. I went in with 10K. I just pulled 7,500 out, or what was it? 7,800. I just pulled out 7,800 from it. So now everything else, the most I could lose on this, if it just went back to zero completely, is $2,500. This is how you have no risk in the trade now. So now I really don't care. Now it can just keep running, right? So now it's at 4,900, it's up 84%. It's still running, it's going crazy, bro. Shout out to everybody who follow me on Twitter. All right, back to what I was saying. I didn't know Robinhood let you do this. It does indeed. All right, cool. So again, the foundational thing about the strat, right, is it is always based off reading the previous candlestick, okay? So again, the reason this is a 2 down candlestick is because it broke the recent candle's low and it closed lower than the recent candle's close, okay? Okay, 2 up, 2 down. That is it, okay? That is it. It's that simple, okay? Now let's talk about threes, okay? Every candlestick you read on the strat, each one of these numbers mean something. And the reason, right? The reason it feels complicated is because you just don't know it, love. My guy, my brother, sis, right? Cuzzos, right? Y'all my cousins, okay? Like, the reason you don't feel comfortable with this is because it's new to you. It's new to you. I bought Bull when I got in here and already profiting. Come on now. This shit's free. And did I charge you anything? Did I ask for a card? Did I ask for a PayPal? Did I ask for any of that stuff? No. All I ask is that you come into this live with the type of energy that you want to make money. And I'm not talking about a small amount of money. Fucking $10,000 a month, that shit is not nothing, bro. I'm not saying this shit like to make anybody feel any type of way. I'm saying this because you have to rewire your brain. I'm around people who make $1 million a month. So $10,000 a month, if I came to them, I said I only made $10,000 this month, they'd think something's wrong with me. They would literally ask me for help. They'd probably ask if I need a loan. I don't want to be around people like I don't want to be around people who think $10,000 in a month is a lot of money. Why would I want to do that? Shit's fucking pitiful. What do I do with $10K a month? Now, the reason I'm saying this, right, is not to offend you or not to make you feel any type of way, but I am actively rewiring your brain. I am actively making you perceive money differently. Period. That's all I'm doing. And it might feel like I'm coming for you, or it might feel like you're doing less than. No, you're not doing less than. You're not meeting the expectations that you have for yourself. So you feel some type of way because you know you should be here, but you shouldn't be here because you think you should be here. You should be here because you're supposed to be doing the work that you know you've been dodging. You've been dodging reading the books. You've been dodging ordering the shit. You have more fun outside than more time put into the books. So when I'm communicating to you in this way and you're talking like, damn, you speak so wise, you speak so highly, it's because I educate myself. My people, right? My great grandparents, all those people behind me, right? My last name means something. You just don't value yours yet, and that's fine. You came to this live, you follow me now, you will learn how to do that as a byproduct of following me. And that's a guarantee. There's not many things that I guarantee in life, but that's one thing I can for sure guarantee you. You will put some respect on your last name when you in this live. You might be able to join them other bullshit lives and you might be able to get away with just being entertained, but I'm gonna hold your ass accountable. Because I'm not asking you for anything. I'm just asking you to go be who God destined you to be. Now here's the thing, whether you go do that or not is completely up to you. But all I can do is do what God told me to do, which is instill a proper mindset in other people and help other people and ask for nothing in return. And if they want more help, then I offer my value to them at a price. So that way I'm not shorting myself. Feel me? Feel me. Connected. Cuz. Great. Cool. All right. So let's talk about threes now. Okay. Bro, just hold me without trying to hold me. I'm really not trying to. I swear to God, I'm not. I'm not trying to offend nobody or anything like that. I'm trying to rewire your brain. Like, how is it that I think more highly of you than you think of you? How is that the case? Are we not? Look, 90%, 92%. Come on, bro. Hold on. I'll come back to Palantir, but look. Did I not just say this? Test Bull almost at $17. Tell me about it. Tight shit. I just secured 7,500. What, we made that? Whatever money I just pulled out just came right back to my pocket. Type shit. Oh my God, it's still pushing. Are we all not watching the same thing? Somebody click this shit, bro. Please. Are we not watching the same thing? Or am I bugging? Hold on, look. Watch this. Let's go over to the while on Tez live, right? Let's go ahead and at everyone. Do we see bull or do we see bull? Do we or do we see it? Or no? Or am I tripping? Yeah, it is what it is though. That shit either keeps going or it doesn't. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna get back to teaching y'all now. No more distractions. All right, so let's talk about threes. Grateful to have came across your page. I'm grateful for you to have came across my page. I'm grateful to have you here. Honestly. Genuinely. Personally. Nah, let me stop. All right, so look. A 3-bar, okay? So a foundational rule of the strat is the way you read a candlestick is based off the most previous candlestick. If we know this, you read this candle by reading this candle. So we've been doing that. We know what a 2-up is. This is a 2-up because it broke this candle high and it closed above the recent candle's close. We know this is a 2 down because it broke the recent candle's low and then it closed lower than the recent candle's close. That's it. 2 up, 2 down. That's it. Directional candles. Bears are in control. Bulls are in control. What's up, Christina? What up with it? Shout out to all the new follows. We at 300 followers. Go watch TJR. TJR is dope. If y'all want to learn his strategy, learn his strategy. You know what I'm saying? This is on the 30-minute time frame. So look, this 3 bar, what is a 3? A 3 is a volatility candle. What does that mean? If you know the foundation is reading this candle based off this, then what we do is we mark off the high of the previous candle and the low. And what has happened? Who can tell me? What happened with this candle? Why is this a 3? Who can tell me? It's an engulfing candle, basically, yeah. Not the wick is longer, no. Eddie took out the high and the low of the previous candle. Exactly, stay creative. Bull broke top and bottom. Hold on. Did bull just hit 17? Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. This shit's going parabolic, bro. Are we not paid? Are we not paid? 100% and a month and a half type shit. On leaps, we go in the money, we going up 500% easily. I got 50 contracts now. I got 37 contracts now. I probably should have just sold 20, but it's all good. Type shit. This is on live, by the way. This is on live, by the way. Type shit, clip it. If you want to get paid to be a clipper, just start clipping shit and I'll pay you. Trust. Bro got a class of 300 people that he teaching while printing. It's just another day in TSA, no cap. Let's see what the Discord group think. Webull to $100. If that shit goes to $100 while I'm holding these contracts, y'all will never hear from me again. You will never hear from me ever again in your life. My name is what's his name? What did I say it was earlier? TSA? For my members that's in TSA. What did I say? Julio Bonvulio Bonvulio. When you see me in Costa Rica and my name is Julio Bonvulio, you better not walk up to me. I'm gonna have Webull bodyguards. They got Webull shirts on. I bought both shares and some cons. Let's go. Type shit. It's moving. It is indeed. All right. So back to what I was doing though, because that shit's cool and all, but I don't want to get too hyped off that shit. It is what it is. Okay. So the reason this is a 3 bar is because it broke the recent candle's high and it broke the recent candle's low. That is why it is a 3. It is a volatility candle. This is showing you that it's a fake out, essentially. This is a fake out, right? The reason it's a fake out is because if you read these candles based off the previous candle, the bears were in control at one point and then they lost control to the bulls. So this is a 3 up now. A 3 up shows that the bears lost control to the bulls. This is how you read a candlestick. The bears lost to the bulls and now the bulls are in control. And I know they're in control. Why? Because it followed by a 2 up and another 2 up, which are directional candles. It is showing me who is winning the battle. The bulls are winning the battle right now. That is what the strat is telling me. Okay, makes sense. Good. The bulls are in control. There's too many different scenarios, right? Look at IWM, right? Look at this today. Look, same shit every day. I swear to God, I don't make it more complicated than what it needs to be. I simplify it to the way it makes sense to me and my members. That is it. 3 up and 3 downs. Yes, there's 3s up and 3 Cohen. This 3s up and 3s down. Hey, I like the switch over. Thank you, my boy. Appreciate you. All right. Do you only make money off trading or do other things? I make money in a lot of different ways, to be completely honest with you. I have a software that builds websites. I do brand partnerships, like big companies. Like the most recent brand deal I had, they pay me, oh shit, I actually signed a contract, so I can't. I'm not going to say the company name. How about that? They pay me $18,500 for 3 YouTube videos, 3 reels, and 3 story posts. YouTube pays me There's a few things. Consulting. There's people I consult. I have friends who do like 25 to 40,000 a month. I'll jump on calls with them. I don't even charge them, but they pay me for my time just because, like, if you're around the type of people I'm around, they don't really like taking up your time without paying you for it. So it's like, I'll tell them you don't got to pay me nothing, but they'll just pay me something just, you know, out of respect. And the feelings is mutual. I would do the little same exact thing. You think bull going up more? My target for next by August is gonna be $20 for sure. For me personally. Okay. So back to my example. Look, a 3-bar. You read this 3 based off the recent candles high and low. So you look at this candle and you see what? This candle, all right? Oh shit. My camera is overheating again. 1 second, y'all. Let me pull the blinds down. Damn. Ah, fuck. My camera's cooked. Hold on 1 second, y'all. My shit's overheating. We gotta get this camera situation fixed, bro. We gotta get it fixed. Okay, there we go. This should work now, okay? Even if it doesn't turn back on, I'll keep teaching y'all, right? For now, until it, oh, well, there it goes. All right, cool. I'm an actual trader myself, and you should try futures or the prop firm to top step. I'm not a big fan of prop firms, bro. I like making all my money out of my own money so I can keep everything. And I also I don't believe in the rule, like the habits that they teach, like to the point where like you blow an account and you just immediately pay for another one. I don't like that. Like, I need to know that if I blow an account, I gotta really hold myself accountable and go get that shit back out the mud. You start back over with another 100K, it's like you didn't really learn your lesson. And that's how I've been in the market. I gotta lose my own money to learn my own lesson. That way I can teach from a more compassionate standpoint as well. Because if I'm just losing money and then it's not my actual money, then my levels of emotions aren't as affected, if that makes sense. You're gonna feel down, but you're not gonna feel as down if you lost $100,000 of your own money. It's a different feeling. So then when you take trades, you're gonna have a different level of conviction. Yep, how I'm feeling? Yeah. That's just my opinion though. You know, shit works for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I turned $65 into $623 and I lost it all. I'm depressed as fuck. Hey, but it'd be like that because guess what? It showed you that this road that we're on in trading in the market is an up and down road. Literally. So it's like, if you know this, you have to expect to lose money as well. But you should definitely join the group. I ain't gonna lie, because we help you with that shit. Oh yeah, we passed 25K likes. I got you. I'm gonna show y'all the indicator as well. Let me finish explaining this 3-bar now. Okay. So this 3-bar, okay, this is a volatility candle, right? So here's the thing with threes. It doesn't always, if it's a 3 up, right, because it's green around it, doesn't mean the next candle is always gonna be a 2 up. It can reverse, right? So in this case scenario, right, IWM, okay, this 2-bar, right, you've seen some momentum, right? These are directional. Bulls are in control in this case scenario during pre-market. So when you see this yellow background, this is pre-market, before the market opens, before you get access to the market, okay? These are institutional buying and selling, okay? This 3-bar right here, the reason we created an order block is because there was an influx of institutional selling that came in. What does that mean? The people, the hedge funds, the banks, the people who are trading and making the market move, they offloaded profits. They sold contracts. They bought into puts, basically, right? So now what happens is you see this, you know this is an order block because this candle right here is a large momentum moving candle. It is a 2 down with momentum. So your entry, you always mark off the top and the bottom of a 3 like this, and you take the break. If it breaks below, you take puts, and you know the reason you take puts is because it's going 2 down. If it breaks above, it's going 2 up. Make sense? I'm gonna teach y'all what failed 2 is. Now the failed 2s, that's the one you wanna stay for. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. The failed 2s, that's the one you do not want to miss. That's how you dodge reversals. That's how you dodge getting your money snatched by institutions. Because remember, in order for you to make money, somebody else has to lose money. But in order for an institution to make money, We have to lose money. So that's why it's so weird to me in the trading community when people are arguing with each other, or people who have groups or top traders are arguing with each other. That shit don't make sense, because if you go look at the flow, somebody's putting $100,000, they're putting $5 million on a trade, and they're moving the market. And you sitting here arguing with somebody else who's only trading with a size around 10 to 15,000, 20,000, 30, 50,000. And y'all are arguing when in reality, everyone's enemy, if you are trading, everyone's enemy is the person on Wall Street, the person who can click a button and snatch your money. In order for institutions to make money, you have to lose money. So that means your enemy is not the fellow retail trader, is not the guy who also has a group who teaches people, who's providing value, who's helping people, who's changing people's lives. That's not your enemy. Your enemy is the person on Wall Street who's thinking about how he can take your money from you, how he can keep you going back to your job to fund his pockets. That is how they make money. That's why it does not make sense to me. So I'll never argue with nobody in this space, whether you think I'm a fake, whether you think I'm a scam, I don't care, right? I just showed you, there's multiple people who just had their first $1,000 day. I just showed y'all making money live in your face. There's no faking that. I'm refreshing the screen. You seeing the money go up. You feel me? This is just some real shit, bro. Like, if I'm lying, God strike me right now. So, besides the rant, okay? What time frame? This 30-minute time frame still. Tez, you giving too much free game. You think I should get off, bro? We gotta pay for this. Okay, hey, you think I should just get off, Eddie? Now y'all know he not capping. People gonna think I'm capped regardless, because they have a scarce mindset. Should I just get off, Eddie? I mean, I didn't already hit my timer. I was supposed to do this only for an hour and a half. I'm on here for an hour and 45 minutes. We had 300 viewers. We had 29,000 likes. I think I should just... Should I jump off, Eddie? If Eddie tells me, you can give them just a little bit more. All right, bet. All right, bet. Shout out to Eddie, okay? So look at this. This is IWM. Notice how there is a trend, right? This is a trend play. The market gives you a 3-bar at pre-market. Right before the market opens, it gives you a 3-bar. So when this candle opens, here's exactly what's going on, right? Watch this. We're going to rewind this. We're going to go to select bar. We're going to rewind this. And I'm going to play this. And actually, we're going to go down to a lower time frame so you can see what it looks like. So let's say you mark that off on the 5-minute time frame, right? Or let's say you marked it off on a 30-minute, but you come down to the 5-minute time frame. So watch this. This is what it looks like to take the trade. Watch. Market opens. Boom. It gives you a 3-bar on a lower time frame. You know that this is a volatility candle, right? Indicator before you leave. I got y'all. Trust me, I got y'all. I know y'all got me to 25K likes, so I owe y'all, right? So look, where do you get in? When this candle, as soon as it breaks this line, which was also a 3-bar on a 30-minute time frame. So if you go back to the 30-minute, here's where it is. This is the same line, right? You go to the 5-minute, it just hasn't printed yet. This is the first 5-minute candle. When the trade triggers, you take the trade. Stop being so hesitant. Stop being so scared. Why are you scared? How are you more scared to bet on you than anything else? You can go put a parlay in on the fucking Eagles, but you can't put all your money on you? Game is backwards. You played yourself. Congratulations. You played yourself. Right? You take the break. Look what it does. Right? So all those people who like trading, you know, looking for retests, you can do that if you want to. Right? So look, it retests the VWAP. Right? And then look what happens. Failed. Oh my God. It retests, gives you a failed 2 up. Okay, I'm going to explain what a failed 2 up is. Okay, so a failed 2 up, right, is when the candle breaks above the recent candle's high, but then it reverses and it closes lower. This is called a fake out. Institutions do this on repeat. I can show you multiple scenarios on QQQ, which is the main tech ETF that most people trade. I can show you every single day in the past 3 months. Every single day there's a fake out. Every single day. And I know this because we did a 1 ticker challenge for an entire month, and we seen it every single day. We only traded 1 ticker to understand the characteristics, the personality of this particular ticker. Right? So look, it gives you a failed 2 up. What does this mean? This candle opens here. It pushes higher, makes all the people in the market who think, oh, we're just a little cool off period, just people profit taking, we going right back up. They jump into calls. But because most people trade with stop losses, right? Here's what happens. When this candlestick swings back through here and it breaks through the low of this candle, you are stopped out of your trade. That is how most traders trade. You set your entry right here, or you set your entry at this line. When it breaks, you take calls. Your stop loss is right here on this line, and then you get swept. Exactly, it's liquidity sweep. Liquidity is orders. When you take a trade, you're putting in a order. You're taking your money and you're placing an order. So here's what happens. They know, bro, institutions know more than us, which is why they put more money on trades. They have more conviction on trades because they know more than us. They got insider shit. Bro, you think the person who owns a fucking $100 billion company can't make 1 call for an article to come out to talk shit about another company and then short the stock? You think they not doing that? Or are we all just gonna act and play dumb? Just like how we acting like our government. No, I ain't gonna get into that. I'm on TikTok. I don't want to get banned. I don't want no smoke, TikTok. I want to keep this account. I think I'm doing pretty well. We have 400 followers on the live, 30,000 likes. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I swear to God, I don't want no smoke. We just gonna, let me shut up, all right? So look, this is a fake out, right? So look, watch this. This is called a failed 2 down, right? So look at this. Why is this a failed 2 down? This candle opens right here. And when it opens, it pushes down and breaks the low of this candle. And then what does it do? It fails. It fails to stay there, right? It fails to stay there. So it swings back in the opposite direction. So all the people who, when the market first opened and you got this candle right here and it's selling off, all those people who took puts, right? They setting stop loss at 20, 30%, right? And this candle here, when it opens and it breaks here, because 9 times out of 10, they're putting their stop losses right here. So you fake out the bears who have stop losses, and then you fake out the bulls who have stop losses on this candle. So the reason this is a failed 2 down, how do I know it's a failed 2 down? Because this indicator will show you it's a red candle, or it's a green candle, or it's a red candle with green around it. Okay, this is in hindsight. If I turn this indicator off, it's a green candlestick, right? But it's red for you to know that it broke the recent candle's low and then it failed. That's why it's green around it. That's how you differentiate a 2 up and a 2 down. This is a failed 2 down. It failed to go lower. So when you spot stuff like this, you're like, oh, they just got swept. And then you see it again, right? So here's what they'll do. They'll fake you in one direction. It's like a crossover, right? You know, fucking Allen Iverson, he'll come down, he'll hit you on one move, hit you with the second move, and then blow past you. It's the same thing. It's the same shit. Literally. It's like hooping. You just got juked. It's like football. You know what I'm saying? You run up, right? DB in front of you, stomp, whoop, 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 boom, out of there. What are you talking about? You go in your direction. You just have to juke a motherfucker to get out of there. That's how you do it, right? Same scenarios. Same exact scenarios. Am I clicking? Do I need to explain this shit in golf? I don't know nothing about golf, so I can't do that for you. But, you know, you get the point, right? So you fake out the bears here. You fake out the bulls here. And then you move in the direction that you want to move in. So, watch this. After you're done juking one side, and then you juke the other side, watch this. I juked y'all out 2 more times before I made the move that I wanted to do. So you cannot tell me that the strat don't work. You can't tell me that the shit don't work, because I've been doing it. And y'all are seeing it in real time. Y'all seeing me making money on this live in real time off entries from the strat. So the reason you trade the strat is because you don't really understand price action. So what it teaches you is how to read these numbers, because candlesticks are only going to do 3 things. The market is only going to do one thing, or 3 things. It's either going to make higher highs, which is an uptrend. It's either going to make lower lows, which is a downtrend, or it is going to consolidate. It's not breaking either side. It's just stuck in a range. Okay? Do we understand what threes are? So now you understand the strat. So now every person who came in here and said, oh, bro, I never had these numbers on my chart, or there's no reason to have these numbers on my chart, or just all these fucking excuses. You need to go check yourself. You need to go look in the mirror and really check yourself, because you're just not used to getting information. And that needs to change. That shit needs to change, dead ass. The last time you read a book was when you was in high school. How the fuck does that make sense? But you want to make $1 million. You don't know what you don't know. So if I came to you and I told you it's possible to make $1 million and here's how you do it, and you don't believe me, that's not a me problem, that's a you problem. You have self-limiting beliefs that you decide to keep because it meets the satisfaction of the people that you're around, because you want to fit in. I'm not a fit in type of person, which is why my money don't fit in with most people. Dead ass. Are we, you know? And where do we go? Look at this. SMC, look. You come down to an order block, you retest the order block once, twice, 3 times, then what do? Consolidate around it and you push back off of it. And then you sell off. And what do? Come up to the VWAP, right? Retest it, and you keep going back in the direction that you wanted to go in. So you could have rolled this trade. Your entry is here. Look where your entry is. Look where you got in. Look where the trade goes. This is the end of the day today. So then when I show you stuff like this in the Discord, shout out to Saeed, caught a quick end of day run up on the bill signing, right? Coinbase ran, he took the trade, right? The reason people sign up for my group isn't to get signals. Do not join my group for signals. You join my group to understand the art of trading, to understand what price action is, to understand how to fucking understand this shit. If you just watch me show you all of this and you're like, damn, I hope one day I get to understand the chart like that so I can take trades, right? That's why people join the group. That's not, you're not coming in here just to make money. So then when you see stuff like this and you come into the trading profits, these are people. I never take credit for my students' work. I just know that I gave them a lob. That's it. That's all. That's the only way I think of it. I just threw my members a lob. It's on some like Dwayne Wade shit. That iconic dunk between. Hold on. Look. Option contracts 100%. Someone asks how your bull contract's doing. We up 100% right now. Watch this. Bron and Wade dunk. Okay. This is me and my members right here. This is how I categorize shit for me and my members when I have a group. Right? It's not for me to take credit for their work. I don't care about that. They know that. Right? But here's the thing. Let me go back. This is all this is. When you're learning from somebody, it's not so they can come back and take the results and say they made you. I don't care about making you. You made you. You put the work in. Which is why I tell people, when I say we limit our group to 35 people a month, I be dead ass about it. Because you're not the type of person, some of you aren't the type of person to catch the lob and slam that motherfucker and put us on ESPN. Some of y'all are just not that person. I'm D Wade. I'm throwing you the lob. I'm throwing you the lob. It looks great. What you gonna do when you in the air? You gonna fold? You gonna fold? I'm just saying it wasn't a lob, but just in this scenario, right? If it was a lob, right? You gonna fold or you gonna punch that motherfucker? You gonna put it through the damn hoop. You feel me? I'm gonna dunk that bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. So most people don't have that in them, which is why my group is not gonna be for you. But the people who do have that in them, right? And the people who do say, all right, I do really want to do this real life because I see him doing it in front of me. And I do see that he's a great teacher because he's teaching me and I learned something from this. Then you looking at this and saying, oh, but $99. But you spent $99 with that girl that still ain't did shit with your ass. But you sitting here looking at me, telling me to discount what I should do when I just made the money in your face. You want me to teach you for free because you used to spending money and tricking off and not getting nothing back in return. Couldn't be me. Sorry. Couldn't be me. Sorry. My mama didn't raise me like that. I didn't grow up like that, Gango. Feel me? Bro just got him with the fire, you know what I'm saying? And then ladies, y'all not dodging no smoking this? You bought him a PlayStation. You bought him a PlayStation and you bought him 2K and you know he ain't getting no money on? He out here sitting on your couch playing your game, eating your food, not contributing to none of the bills. But you don't want to take $99. TJR don't collect no pennies. I don't give a fuck what TJR do. I fuck with TJR. That's my dog. I never met him. But what he do is real. But here's the thing. My mentor made $250 million in a year. And you know exactly, this is to his point, right? This is exactly to his point. This is why it's so crazy. This is why you pay people who know more than you. He said, you're never, right? You're never going to get to the point where you really want to get to, right? If your only focus is only picking up hundreds and fifties. You have to be the type of person who looks at money the same way regardless of how much it is and pick it up. So if you see $1 on the ground, you're not just going to leave it there, right? I mean, I'm probably going to leave it there. I don't need $1, right? But if it's a $50 bill versus a $20 bill, you're going to pick it up, right? And in that scenario, right, in business, you're going to pick up every single one because $1 is $1 is $1. But yeah, man. So do we understand? Can I get a yes in the chat if we understand 1s, 2s, and 3s? All right. Yes. And the thing is, like, certain people in here, certain demographics aren't going to understand how I was raised. You're not going to understand what it's like to see your parents, your uncles, your family members put quarters in a fucking plastic bottle, putting pennies and nickels in a plastic bottle, telling you to go, if you see some shit, bring it back and put it in this bottle. You're not going to understand that. So it hit a little bit different. You feel me? Like, you never going to get how I got it out from where I'm from. You talking about he ain't picking up pennies. He ain't come from where I came from. We fucking saving pennies in plastic fucking gallon bottles. You're putting pennies in there. And then you popping it open and you counting it up and you taking it over to the spot by the Dollar Tree and then you putting it in there and you getting actual dollars back. You're not going to understand that. You feel me? Bull is hitting 18. I should definitely go hit 18, bro. Yeah, you feel me? So like, here's what I'm saying, right? Like, you don't have to buy anything from me. There's a link in there that is free to get 1 to 2 trades for free every week, right? There's a link in there that has that same link will give you like a 2-hour, 3-hour intro course that you can use, right? And it won't give you everything that I just taught you, but it'll give you something, right? Better than nothing, right? You got the game from this live, so you can use that too, right? And then there's the free section, right? Where you just talk to free people, right? People are in there for free. Now, the paid group is for the next level up. You want to learn everything. You want the full experience. You want to be able to come in here and you want to say, hey, I want to be the guy who comes into the Trading Profits channel like Eddie, who's in here, and I want to be able to post screenshots like this. I want to be the person who can one day come onto a live, teach from confidence, teach from my own receipts and results, and I want to be able to show other people how I'm doing what I'm doing so I can impact other people. If that is you, right, and you're not lazy and you're not sending money to a goddamn guy who did XYZ, you know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Shout out to Caleb. Glazing. Stay glazing, bro. Stay glazing. Glazers never get paid. I never met a person who was doing better than me who hated on me. Ain't that a fact? I've never in my life, and this goes to everybody in this live. You'll never in life meet a person who is doing better than you who is hating on you unless they just genuinely don't like you as an individual, as a person. But there has never been a time when a person who made more money than me doing better than me in life, there's never been a time where they told me to slow down. There's never been a time in my life, right, where they said you weak or what you do ain't it. They've never said that. So you have to remind yourself there's different tiers of money. Successful people aren't haters, right? I love when people teach. Are you cool with Aristotle? Absolutely. That's my dog, right? But like, at the end of the day, it's like to each is their own, bro. If you got an opinion on me, like Nip said, you know what I'm saying? If you got an opinion with me and you don't like me, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check myself in reality. Elite Options, bro. Hey, it's crazy. I was just talking about you. Hey, yo, shout out to my guy, Elite Options. Hey, bro. I'm gonna DM you. I'm gonna message you, bro. I wanna, we'll talk about it later. I'll DM you. But yo, Elite Options, if y'all haven't watched the podcast interview with damn, is it? I can't remember the name of the podcast, bro. He was talking about sizing for 0-2. So he wasn't the first person I heard that from, but the way he explained it gave me more conviction to stay with it. No lie. So shout out to my guy Elite Options. Make sure you guys go follow him. He has a group as well. He's killing it on YouTube. Y'all definitely should watch his YouTube. I'll be binge watching his YouTube videos. No lie. He inspires me. Shit. Elite is the GOAT. Just look up Elite Options Trader on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, the ticker. I mean, not the ticker. The what is it called? The indicator. There we go. So look, this is the one that I use. I follow all his socials already. Good. Yeah, just turn on his post notifications though. Damn, did I just click this twice? I did. My bad, y'all. Let me delete these. Delete this one and then delete this one. Got that Webull Leap in at 1266 till September. Love it. Mine is out until January. Okay, so look, this is the indicator right here. So how do you access this, right? On TradingView, you come up here to the indicator section, you click on it, and then you type in Strat Assistant. Like this. It's by Ricky Z. Carroll. Ricky Z. Carroll. You click the you have to click the indicator for it to come up on your chart. You don't just like look at it. You click it and it'll come up on your chart. Got me? When it comes up, right, this is how it's going to look. My personal settings, I just remove this and this. 2 bar shape, 2 up bar shape. Those are the only 2 I remove. Just finished my first week of trading and ending with 11%. Yo, shout out to you, bro. That's lit. Where's the link? All links are in my bio, guys. Promise. Trust broker. I use Webull. Me personally. Yo, YouTube, my bad. I ain't showing y'all no love. What up, Trini? What's good? Bro, does clothing brand really work? I mean, it works, bro, but I think for me personally, I got burnt out of that shit, bro. No lie. I feel like clothing was a great stepping stone. It supplied me with the money that was needed, the influence, all the things that I needed to get to where I am now, to do what I really want to do for the rest of my life, which is just only be in the market. Broker, Webull, and platform. This platform is TradingView. That's lit, yes sir. Click the link in the bio to join TSA. Second option on the page is the free game. Yes, the first link is for the paid version. That is that. Yo, let me tell y'all these stats real quick. Look, 218 diamonds. I don't really know what diamonds are, so shout out to everybody who gifted some diamonds. I got 15 gifters. Yo, D-Lo, appreciate you, my guy, for the gifteds, bro. I forgot to shout you out earlier. Yo, shout out to my dog D-Lo. My dog D-Lo been going crazy on the diamonds, but I really don't know what none of this stuff means. But I think it's only right. I've watched enough Kai streams and Duke and Agent, and they be shouting people out for the gifted. So hey, yo, shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate you, my dog. So look at this, 4,717 total viewers. I've been live for 2 hours, 15 gifters. This is a kicker. 33,600 likes. That's a fucking insane amount of likes. And then 454 new followers. So that means that I have educated and helped 454 people enough to where they feel like they want to see more of my content and more of these lives. That's probably one of the craziest feelings ever. It's so lit, bro. I just want to say, God, thank you for giving me these opportunities. Like, to come from where I come from, sleeping on the floor. Like, God, I'm so grateful. I pray you continue to push me in the direction that is best for what you want me to do in my mission. And I pray that I fulfill all these areas that you have for me in the fullest extent of my power and in your power. And I genuinely mean that. I noticed the lives getting more attention. They definitely pushing me. I don't know why, but I think I'm just coming from a more genuine place, you know? Send me the link. What link? What are we talking about? What link? I don't know what link you're talking about. Do you do one-on-ones when you pay for the subscription? No. I was actually thinking about doing it, like, I won't even say no. If a member reaches out to me and they're in a community and they say, yo, bro, I really, really, really need a one-on-one, I'll do it, more than likely. It'll probably be like 30 minutes or an hour. Yes, you are very transparent. I think the thing is like, there's this way of thinking that I have, right? Is it okay if I be honest with y'all real quick? Like, this is just me being completely vulnerable, completely honest with you, just being my complete true self, right? Like, this is no just saying shit for social media, just saying it because I got people in here. Like, I just want to be vulnerable with y'all for just 1 second, right? I have this perception of looking at life, right? And I think that everyone deserves exactly what they have. This is my way of thinking, right? And for the longest, like, before I had any level of success, any real level of money, right? I used to, like, when I was really, really down bad, like when my daughter, when she was first born, I was sleeping on the floor, I was catching mice. Like, if you watch podcast interviews, you kind of seen it. Like, I was documenting everything that I've been doing. If you go to my Instagram, you go to Twitter, I documented everything that I've done, from sleeping on the floor to building my business. Everything is there on the internet, everything, everything, the whole journey, right? And there was this day where, like, I was really beaten up mentally. Like, I really thought, like, I didn't want to stay on earth no more. Like, just being completely honest with y'all, right? Like, I just felt so defeated. I didn't believe in myself. I doubted myself. I doubted my capabilities. I doubted what God had planned for me. I doubted every area that I could possibly doubt it. I doubted it, right? And as I was building my businesses and I'm just like, yo, let's like praying, trying to get my relationship with God better, doing all this stuff, right? I had this realization where it was like, if you stay pure with your intentions, everything that you want in life will flow to you. You won't have to ever chase it. Let me rephrase that. Let me say that again. If you have the utmost pure intentions with moving through life, everything that you want out of life will flow to you. You will never, ever have to feel like you're chasing something, ever. And I say all this to say, right? There are going to be times where your faith in yourself and your faith in God is going to be tested. That is what faith is. The ability to believe in something with blind faith, without seeing anything, still believing, right? Believing in the unseen, the stuff that you've never seen, but believing in the mission, right? So what do I mean by believing in the unseen, right? Believing in the unseen as in God gave you a mission, God gave you a plan, right? And because you don't really understand it yet, you believe it with all of your heart. And when you believe it with all of your heart, only then, and you submit to Him, only then will you achieve the things that you want to achieve, because this is a byproduct of submitting to Him, not because of what you want for yourself. So I've been praying differently now. I'm not praying for more wealth or more money or a Lamborghini, because these things, when I die, I cannot take any of these things with me. So my prayers look different now that I have just completely let go. And my prayers now look like, God, can you continue to push me in the direction that you feel as if is best for me? Because I trust in you. Does that make sense? I trust in you. I trust in your plan for me, not in the plan that I created for me. That is not my goal. That is not why you were created. You were created to follow His plan. So you have to surrender. You have to sacrifice the perception that you have of what you want to be. You have to give in to what He wants you to be. And that is the only way everything will work out for you. So the reason you're depressed is because you don't believe that He has something bigger planned for you. And here's the thing, belief requires action. You can't believe, but not do to see it happen. So you have blind faith in Him to guide you in the direction that He knows is best for you. And you do it with the intentions that He is doing everything for you, and everything that you do for Him will come to you as a byproduct. Everything you want will come to you as a byproduct. And only then will everything work out. So, like, I'm not fully at this point, right? But this is just a realization that I had. Before I made $1 million, I prayed for $1 million. Ain't that crazy? When I was broke, I prayed to be rich. But when you get rich, you pray for when you get rich from being broke, You now pray that God allows you to keep it, but you pray that he allows you to become the most pure version of yourself. So I don't get on live to only like impact y'all. I get on live because I know for a fact, since I've sold cars, that I knew I could speak well. I knew that I could sell well. And because I know this, and because I believe in what God has for me, I am going to do everything that I can with what he has given me to help you. And that's the realization that I had. And that's like not on no like, this is me being honest. Like if when you decide to be pure with your intentions, everything else will work out, yo. Stop worrying so much. Like you cannot live life. You'll never be successful not having haters. You gotta have haters too, right? Like you're meant to be hated, especially when you are great. Name one person who was great without being hated, right? You're gonna always be a villain in somebody else's story. But in my story, I'm the hero. I'm the hero in my story. I can't dictate what is written in your story. So I say all this to say, you who are watching this live, I don't care how many viewers, this phone is dead, so I don't know how many viewers I have on TikTok, but on YouTube, let's just put it in terms of me talking to all 21 of y'all. Even though I got TikTok on here too, I'm talking to everybody watching this video, watching this live right now. There is no reason that you can't get to where you want to get to in life, period. There is absolutely no reason. The only reason that you won't get there is because you decide that you don't want that. What do I mean by that? When you decide to make decisions to allow your distractions to continue distracting you, you are okay with where you are. You are choosing to be okay with where you are. So if you're in life right now and you do not like where you're at, you have to be the type of individual that will come into a different perception of life and say, look, I am ready to learn, but I'm also ready to submit to him. So the only way that you're going to get to where you really want to get to, like, you have to be willing to make some sacrifices. You got to do all the stuff that you least feel like doing when you least feel like doing it. And that is a fact. It's a fact. And anything in life that you want to be great at, you have to do all the complicated shit that you don't want to do. You do what you want with that information, right? Like, I don't know, just being completely honest with you right now. If you're around the type of people who are not helping you grow, change your group of people. If you are eating food that makes you feel heavy and tired, or you're drinking and smoking and doing all of these things and nothing is helping you, and you know it's not helping you, cut it. Something is going to get sacrificed, your dreams and goals, or your time and sleep to get where you want to get to. Exactly. 100%. Something's going to happen, whether you want it to or not. Just is what it is. Easy to be done. Just do it. Stop complaining. He is with you. Exactly. Cut out all the stuff that you know is not best for you. Period. Like now, people act like you got to wait until Monday. You got to wait until the 1st. You got to wait until January 1st. What if you don't make it there? No one talks about that. But like, what if you don't make it until Monday? So you want to wait for a date, right? That is just another day. Why not just choose today? You got today, right? You have now, which was also then, right? So if that is the case, why not choose now? Oh, it's inconvenient for you right now, right? But you're also saying that your success is also inconvenient for you right now as well. Oh my God. Am I not on point with this? Am I not on point with this? It is inconvenient for you to stop doing all the stuff that you know is inconvenient for you, which is why your results and what you want is inconvenient for you right now. That's why it's inconvenient. That's why you still can't get it. That's why you still haven't made $1,000 in a day. That's why you still haven't made $10,000 in a day or $100,000 in a day. That is exactly why. Because all the distractions are inconvenient for you to cut off right now. Period. Eddie, let's get Mozam. Let's get him out of there. Let's get him out of there. Definitely preaching, Brody. Khalil, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Do we feel like we learned something today, y'all? Like, be for real. Do you feel like you learned something today? Do you feel like you're a little bit more confident with looking at the charts? Do you feel like you have a little bit of a different perception on maybe looking at the charts or just on life in general? Do you feel like you just ready to just move forward? Yeah, overly did a lot. Thanks, no problem. I just joined, so teach me. Well, you just joined, so we just got done teaching. Came in and never left. I love it. He's out. Thank you, Eddie. I need more mods, bro. I gotta get this shit done, bro. I gotta figure out how to mod on the computer, though. Shout out Eddie. Yeah, in fact, shout out to my dog Eddie. Okay. So look, here's what I'll tell you. Okay. Here's what I'll tell you. Like I said, for the members or for the people in here who want to learn more about trading, there is a free section. If you're a freebie type of person and you want bare minimum results, go that route. If you're just looking for something, or if you just don't have the funds right now, that's also fine too. I'm not saying you want bare minimum results if you don't have the funds right now. I'm not saying that. But if you have the funds and you're choosing to go free and you know it, right? Bare minimum results. Okay? Just saying. So there's a free section in my bio that'll take you to the free Discord. It has a 2-hour course. I send 1 or 2 signals there for free. And yeah, you get some like resources, some PDFs and shit like that for the free people. For the people in here who say, yo, I want to learn more. I want to be one of the TSA members. I want to be in the Discord. I want to have access to Eddie. I want to have access to Tez. I want to have access to everybody else, right? I want not the bare minimum. I want what the actual result is. You want the transformation, right? You want the actual transformation. You want to be able to go from not understanding looking at a chart to me looking at a chart and completely understanding it. If that is you, you click the first link in the bio. You click the link and you'll see the first link and it'll say become a TSA member. It'll have a nice little video of me, right? You can watch the video if you want, or you just click the button and go ahead and enroll. When the slots fill, okay, and they will fill, the button will be gray and you will have to join the wait list. And that's just what it is, okay? Like, I'm not going to open it back up because you decided to be patient or to wait. Success loves speed. You're not successful because you're not speedy enough, right? That's just what it is. So that's all I'm going to say. 500 followers on the dot. Let's go ahead and take a picture of this. Let me take a picture of this real quick. Let's do that. My stats for today, pretty fire. Not gonna lie, impacted a lot of lives. Do you show me your strategy? Yes. Yes. The strat, smart money concepts, everything you can need is put in there. The whole going from a complete beginner to understanding charts, understanding everything is all included in there. Bro, what ticker is this? This is Webull. This is Webull. Bet I'm in. Let's do it. Thank you, bro. This is an amazing thing you got. God bless you. I'm a slam dunk it. Aiden, thank you, bro. Look forward to seeing you in there, bro. Look forward to seeing you, brother. Any questions before I dip on out of here? Any questions, guys? Anything that I can help you with? Man, you really helped me find my supplier and other stuff. Your videos helped me a lot. No problem, bro. Glad I was able to help, bro. That's lit. What time frame is this on Bull? This is on the 15-minute time frame right now. Is the paid version for beginners that know absolutely nothing? Yes. If you know absolutely nothing, like you don't even know what a stock is, you don't know what the stock market is, it's definitely free. I'm working on your site demo. Oh shit. I'm looking forward to it. Tight shit. That's lit. I was Doge looking. I sold all of Doge. I could care less. I'm all about Bitcoin. I hope I can actually learn from you in the Discord. I'm excited. I'm telling you this, as long as you're open-minded and you're okay with like putting the work in, you're going to learn. It's not even something you could even second guess. You're going to learn and you're going to understand it as long as you're open to understanding something new. One thing that I've learned about people who are successful is that they learned how to relearn and learned how to unlearn. You have to get to the point where you can learn how to relearn, never closing off your mind, right? And thinking that it's not possible for you to continue learning, because the journey is the end date, is the end goal, right? So if that's the case, you have to continue learning so the journey gets better, so the goal gets better, so the goal is more achievable through the journey that you're on, right? You have to unlearn things that were taught to you, things in school that they taught you that you will never use in your life ever again. You have to unlearn these things. You have to remove the space in your brain that is holding that bullshit, like file cabinets. You got to take all that bullshit out. You got to throw it out, and you got to go and look for the information. You got to go look for the information. And when you find a person who resonates with you, you have to dive in fully, not 1 foot, not 1 toe, 2 feet in fully. You want 2 feet in results, you got to put 2 feet in. Know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. My daughter is in there right now and she's too quiet. So I need to figure out what's going on. I need to also eat and I need to hop in the shower. I just finished the gym. So if you guys haven't hit the follow button, make sure you guys go ahead and slam the follow button. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're on TikTok and you want to learn more from me and things like that, you can feel free to follow me on here. And then you can check me out on YouTube, Dantes Akram, or just click the link in my bio. The YouTube link is in there. Anything you ever need from me is going to always be in my bio every time. So all you gotta do is make sure you follow me, click the link in my bio. If you need anything that I offer is in my bio every time. You don't even gotta ask, it's just there, okay? For those of you guys who are new to me and you didn't follow me, I hope to see you next time to give you a reason to follow me. But if I didn't earn it today, I definitely will next time, promise you that. So love you guys, I appreciate you guys for pulling up, and I look forward to seeing more of you guys. I'll see some content, clips. I know you said you